dragons flying in the sky, raining terror down on me, raining terror down on you. Evil wizards on the rise, raining terror down on me, raining terror down on you. Who's gonna fight? Who's gonna fight? Who's gonna fight? Who's gonna fight? Yemo's full of rage, now freed from his cage. A hero and a sage, he's the druid for our age. Then there's Hummel, a bard full of wanderlust. He's always on the run, looking for that next rush. And Frankie, you should never cry, for at any cost she's never lost. That's why she's the boss. Then there's carrot kisses, she artifices and never misses with her wishes. That's right, Hummel. So Corruptus, be reminded that they're coming now for you. Yeah, they're coming now for you. So Corruptus, be reminded that they're coming now for you. Yeah, they're coming now for you. Corruptus, be reminded. Corruptus, be reminded. That they're coming now for you. Hello and welcome back to Dragon's Duel Shattered Realm and episode 5. Whoa!
Who'd have thunk we'd got this far?
Who thought?
I
Me?
was certain that you would have sacked me by now.
Yep, it was on the cards. No, Jake. No. It was nearly just me and Will, and that was it.
That sounds great.
I don't know why I chose you, Will.
Because Will is the best player out of all this, obviously.
It's because Carrie and Frankie were probably going to die because they were all going to jump into the hells of the Demon Lord's castle and kill themselves. So that's why.
Hummel might still die. I mean, we all might still die.
No, it's fine. You'll be fine.
Hummel won't be dead. He's indestructible now. He's got the helm.
Well, yes. I am, as people at home.
The very cursed Helm.
Yes, the very, very cursed Helm.
That's fine. Once you've got a couple of curses already, they don't really matter, does it?
Exactly. It just cancels out. Yeah.
I'm collecting them like Pokemon cards.
Pretty much are. And just to let everyone know, I've dumped a load of stuff on Luke 6 hours ago, so bear with Luke because he's got a lot of stuff to deal with. So, but it's his own fault because he went and put the helm on. So with that,
if it wasn't me, it was going to be Chris.
Yeah, well,
I can't let that northern
Frankie tried.
Oh yeah.
Let's not bring the north-south divide in so early again into the podcast.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Every week, yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
All right, let's not mention the glass
cannon.
Don't mention the glass cannon or Pathfinder, okay?
This early? You're bringing that this early?
I know, exactly. Yeah, I know. Fine. So
the North remembers. That's all I'm saying.
The North remembers. What do they remember?
Every slight.
Every slight, yeah.
Every slight. Okay. Right. With that, what happened last week? Last week, you were all illusory for most of it, which was fun. You had a fantastic time so you turned illusory by accident. You for 2 hours after our NPC Zoe thought it was a good idea to cast greater invisibility on you, and at doing so with her wild magic surge, you will turn illusory for 2 hours. And you thought, and you had a little bit of a discussion with her about what you were going to do, about going to this demon lord's castle, this fortress. And after her realizing that you've been talking for way too long, she thought, fuck it, let's go. And so she just zoomed off into the distance, making their way there. Along the way, Brian had minor freakouts. He seemingly hit a limit, I think. Poor Brian. He's having quite a tough time with what's going on, realizing that you're probably going to do what you're going to do, and he's just going to have to deal with it. He had a chat with Carrie about alternate options way home and stuff like that, but I think that wasn't taken up. And then...
Chloe, feel bad for Brian. Carrie has no qualms.
Yeah, no, exactly, which is fine. That's fine. He's kind of got to this point where he's just realizing that if he just lets you do what you need to do, then maybe it will be okay. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, and then you started mentioning the creator of this Realm Shredder axe, and then he started to really freak out. That's when he really started to internally scream and cry a little bit, which was quite interesting. And that's interesting because makes that a very interesting artifact. But yeah, Frankie was amazing at being 5 feet ahead of Zoe, because it was based on your spellcasting abilities, how fast you went, and so with Frankie's quite high level, I think Carrie had actually quite a high level, but you were staying back with Hummel and Dee to keep.
I think I probably had the fastest speed. Oh no, but Frankie's spellcasting is higher than mine, so yeah. Yeah,
I think it was very neck and but you still would have probably been faster than Zoe. But Zoe then ran off with Frankie. Zoe enjoyed that because Frankie and Zoe are sort of like bonding over chaotic evilness a little bit, and so becoming evil brethren. And then you made it to the castle. You went through. You saw this battle raging on this fortress, which has like 2 levels to it. So it's like it has it's quite a long sunken building into this forest. It has a second tier cake. It's like a 2-tier cake, and on that top of that first tier, there's like this big. That's where most of the battle is, and you saw some pretty awful things happen. Souls being eaten by monkey bats, which is the title of last week's episode, is called Soul Eating Monkey Bats.
Yeah,
because that's what we all said it should be. And then there were the weird Sibrieks and these gloopy beings which had sacks, and then they turned out to also be, I think Zoe mentioned them to you, as they create little eggs that become like baby mosquitoes, or like just hatch mosquitoes and all these creatures. And so you made your way to there pretty well. You're illusory. Things tried to attack you, but realised that wasn't going to work. And then you discussed about how you should probably just get into this vault, really. And so you made your way up through the tower. Frankie was a bit of an arsehole by pretending to fight with a few things so that they got distracted and got killed because you couldn't fight with them. You got into the vault and found that potentially, and looking at the architecture of this, as well as the language that's being used, and as well as that these guards inside first through the first door were devil-in characters, that this fortress was probably once on the Hells and was a fortress for some sort of devil creature, and that the Abyss has this ability that if anyone of a demon lord goes there and takes control, then it gets sucked into the Abyss, and that's kind of how it works. So this has been overruled, this building, and so this vault is some sort of vault of ancient infernal magics, not abyssal magics, and that's why. And this was quite an ordered and organized kind of place, but full of very evil objects and artifacts. In there, you were searching for the 2 things you were keen on, which was the Helm and this Realm Shredder axe. However, Hummel had a little dalliance with playing with his flute and recorder, and found a harp with a decrepit hand and sort of skeletal hand on there, playing a tune with him. He didn't roll high enough for it to do anything exciting, but it could have been. There was a few more. There was a lot of good role playing, I must admit. I'm going to give all of you an extra bonus inspiration for all that, because I don't think it was great. I thought it was fantastic. Lots of in-party conversations and what's going to happen next. And then with that, you found the Helm and the axe, and turns out this Helm seems to be owned by Asmodeus and was made by Asmodeus, and this axe no one even mentions because they're really worried that it's going to make Brian cry if anyone mentions the actual name, and Zoe's quite scared that it might turn him into a puddle if the name is mentioned in front of him. So someone even worse than Asmodeus. Like, that's interesting, right? Or is it not interesting? Maybe it's not interesting. It's really boring. But just letting you know that this axe it's got some things going on. So we'll see what happens there. And then in the meantime, you then stopped being illusory. You started not seeing Ozzy. I forgot to mention that. Ozzy became visible to you, and she became illusory as well. However, she disappeared again when Frankie and Carrie were having a bit of a chin wag about maybe taking this helm. And then Zoe began to try and unlock the cage where... I forgot to say, Brian had got a freak out about this big sword that Frankie was going to take. I was like, oh, you want to turn into a sluggy worm? Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant.
He was like getting really irate.
Brian is at the end of his rope.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And so maybe was convinced that potentially taking a lot of these other fantastic artifacts, I mean, take them as you will, but... they probably will do terrible things to you if you use them or attune to them. But there you go. Or even touch them. Who knows? But Brian doesn't seem to think it's a great idea. But is accepting that this helm probably will help out Zoe, and she wants to do it. And maybe this will let you get out of here. And we can accept some things that will be, he's accepting some evil in the face of just let's everything's going to shit. Let's get out of here. In the process, then, as Zoe opening this cabinet, she cast a spell, which then cast silence on everyone, and then she cast fly on herself for 2 hours. But she was able to determine that there was a magical trap and dispel the magic and open it up, and was about to put the helm on. At that moment, Frankie tried to command her, to intimidate her to give up this helm, which was not going to work, was it? It was never going to work.
Nah.
No. And it didn't. However... the dark horse that is Hummel, out of nowhere, just pulled out the hypnotic pattern on everyone, and everyone failed, apart from Gigi.
I didn't fail. I chose not to do anything.
Sorry, I forgot. You just chose not to do it. You just watched in horror as well. Okay. Fine, sorry. So you failed. So it was only two salient people to fail then, who were Frankie and Zoe failed.
Zoe, yeah.
Brian also failed, actually, as well. I forgot to mention that. I did mention it at the time, but I'm just reminding everyone that Brian also failed. He got a 4 or something.
The hypnotic pattern is still up, isn't it?
Yes,
it's
still
2 minutes.
Lasts a minute or two, yeah.
Right.
2 minutes.
Oof.
And then
But
you
it's not
can't
long.
get out of it unless... Well, I guess we could shake them, and then they would...
Yeah, exactly.
wake up, but...
Yes.
Each creature in the area, failed save, becomes charmed for duration, yeah. They're incapacitated, so it lasts a minute of concentration.
Oh, wow. Right, well...
Will you still concentrate with
I don't
this
think you'll be
helm on?
concentrating the moment you put on this helm. So that is where we start. Hummel put on the helm, and that is where we left it. So
what happens? Do I turn into a god?
well, Hummel, I have given you a new character sheet, but we'll come to that later. First up, Hummel, you... so those that can see what happens, which is Gigi and Carrie, you see that Hummel takes his helm, and it looks like a big... it's got a big mohawk. Oh, I haven't sent you some art. I'll send you some art in a minute once I've done the explanation. But it's like a big... It's made out of gold and black. It's like black with like gold inlay into it, with lots of runic symbols in the same language that you see in front of you, which those have understood as Infernal. And it's all marked up all the way on, and it becomes this big like mohawk head space with lots of like a jagged top. And it has like 2 like big sideburny bits, and then it has a little pivot point there, but it kind of it opens to the face, but it sort of sits on it. It looks ridiculously heavy. It is quite a heavy thing to hold when you pick it up. It weighs, I don't know in pounds, but to give something, it weighs as much as like a full travel suitcase, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's quite heavy. So putting it on your head is quite a lot of weight.
Start walking around like...
Don't worry.
He's also a halfling, so his head is probably quite small.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that's quite a good
but
point.
magical items automatically adjust themselves to fit
They
the
do,
wearer.
and it will do. So it would shrink as it goes in, but it would be the weight of a human carrying a small luggage, a carry-on luggage.
Carry on.
A carry-on luggage. And for you, it would be more like a rucksack sort of thing full. But anyway, you put this rucksack weight thing onto your head, and as you do it, it's kind of, as I said, it's black with these like black iron with these gold inlays. But the minute you put it on, all those gold inlays enlighten with like a magical red aura, and the sort of and everyone else around you sees this sort of like golden light, but there's tinged with like a sort of fire edge, which is like Amaterasu. You know that sort of, you watch Naruto? You watch Naruto? Anyone at home who's watched Naruto would know Amaterasu is like black fire. So it's like a black fire with golden wisps in it, and it falls all over his shoulders and fills over all of Hummel, and it sort of goes over it. And I'm going to give this is what happens to everyone around, but then I'll go for what happens to Hummel, because this is quite momentarily for everyone else. And this fire goes down, and then Hummel's eyes are closed, and it sort of encapsulates him. For Hummel, however, you put on this helm. And it seems innocuous to a start, but then the minute it gets close to your head, you feel an energy in your hands, the fingers that are touching it, you feel it heating up and becoming immeasurably warm to the touch. But however, you're not burning, you just feel the heat, but there's no pain to it, if that makes any sense. And then you put it on your head, and suddenly you are transported and you fall through, and you are like, your body is falling through whilst you feel like you're crushing your inside. So if you imagine your body's like being crushed, but you're falling backwards, and as if the floor has just opened up and you go into it, and it's a black abyss where you're just falling down. Suddenly you awake and you're inside a chamber, and there is just all these devils in front of you, thousands and thousands, and then you notice that you're outside the chamber and you're in a battlefield, and there are all these devils battling with these demons, and it is a hellish landscape of just war and chaos, and you are holding a huge great axe, and you're slicing at demons as they're coming at you. Next minute you transport and you're on a grey infinite waste of nothing, and there are these huge beast and hulking grey beast creatures that are coming towards you. Again, you're holding this axe and you slicing at these creatures. It doesn't look like the Realm Shadow axe, just for clarity. It's just a big axe. And these sort of images come to you over and over again. Fights, battles. You are being imbued with, and then suddenly the battles become from being someone that's fighting with an axe to another being, and you feel different again, and you feel like you've got wings, and you're flying in the air, and you're above, and you're shooting out magical spells like fire and lightning, water spells. You're erupting earth. You're bringing down meteor swarms upon people, and it cuts again to another battlefield. Again, you're flying, and then it changes to a personage again, and now you're in a throne room, and people are bringing you gifts and treats and goblets, and you're drinking from these goblets, and then you see these gems that you consume these gems, and you feel an energy and a life force that you've never created, and slowly but surely you get all these visions, and then they start to become from battle to sort of experiential to sort of very dark, and I can't even repeat some of them, but if you could just imagine that it is just every worst thing that is, that you can, like, however someone has died is basically you're envisaging this. You envisage all the horrible spells that anyone can create. Anything necromantic, you see bodies being raised in hundreds, that you're seeing yourself commanding this. You understand what it means when those souls are taken from people, when demons corrupt everything, when you see worlds that are decimated by corruption, and planes and different experiences of all these things, and it starts to just become overwhelming. And instead of starting off, these visages are like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, then they become like instantaneous. You're just hit with just thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of images, and then suddenly you take all of this, and you don't know how long it's been. Time has just become weird soup, to steal a Critical Role term. But it's just endless, and I'm gonna need you to make, first off, a charisma save.
Sure.
Straight up charisma save.
Crooked.
We need to make some noise.
22.
22. Okay, fine. Right. So at first you feel these, you're envisaging these, and these things are hitting you, and you at first then are able to communicate. You feel yourself being able to speak outwardly, and to sort of engage with what's happening in front of you, and able to sort of like manipulate how things are coming towards you, and stopping certain things with your will of your sort of inner sort of your will, your ability to project things. I then now need you to make me a wisdom save, please.
That one's not very good. 11 on the die for 14.
All right. with that, you find yourself, you're able to command this, but however, they are starting to rack you, and you feel an emotive force that is so powerful. You feel everything that you're visaging, both sides of whatever's happening. You feel yourself dying thousands and thousands and thousands of times, and in horrible ways. You feel it with your, piece, like limb by limb being taken apart. Everything. You feel every single inch of yourself, however that could be hurt. You feel that pain. I now need an intelligence saving throw.
And 19.
A 19. Okay, that's lucky. So with that, you are able to comprehend what's happening, and that this experience is merely something. You're able to sort of make your brain become separated from these, and you become a watcher again. However, you feel the pain, but you're able to realize that the pain is not happening to you, and so you are able to overcome that to a certain degree. However, what happens on the outside is, once this immediately happens, you notice you see pains, you see blood just spurting from different points in all of Hummel's body on the outside. Just literally like wounds just start gashing everywhere, and slits. And it's like he's being 1,000 cut slits. And this black fire is what's causing it. And gold lines are left of where he's been cut. But blood drips from every single one. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw now, please.
We're just going for them all, are we?
Yeah, you figured that one. Yeah.
That's a 4.
A 4. You see outside, the body falls to the ground into a lump and just like collapses. However, he's still breathing, but he collapses to the floor. You, with that, in the Constitution score, you feel a racked sickness seeping through your body, a poison that is just enveloping everything of you. You feel every single nerve ending is on fire. Every single blood vessel is bursting within you. You feel your insides are just from the inside ripping out. I now need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You do have inspiration,
you do.
don't you? Yeah.
I'm going to use that. That's better. 23.
23. So what happens after that is that you go through this experience, and suddenly you fall onto a ground, okay? And you land, but you land standing up, and there is a passageway straight in front of you that leads to an arched doorway, and you are in absolute agony. You feel wrecked with sickness, but you're able to keep yourself controlled and contained. However, someone is behind you and they're chasing you. You can feel it like a presence. With your state of mind, you realize that it's time to run, so you run through the first door and you enter out into a huge open expanse, which is you're on the side of a cliff, and it's a 45-degree angle, and there is just molten lava and fire everywhere. But this thing behind you, you're thinking is just the worst thing ever, and it's coming for you. I need you, and so with your dexterity save that you've made, you're able to see in front of you. You jump, you leap across, and you're finding spot holes and holes between all of this magma. But this thing is chasing you. It's chasing you. It's like whatever's coming for you right now. You think that this is worse than anything I've seen, anything in front of me, but it's coming for me. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Little known facts. Hummel is a strong boy.
Yeah.
He's known throughout the land for his rippling strength. That did we...
Not this land, though.
Oh, Chris, I don't think you meant to sound like that spiteful about it.
This isn't me, this is Frankie.
Yeah, that was in character.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the question is do I go and lean into the narrative, or do I... I was fairly certain you said we had inspiration last week.
Yeah,
and
you
also,
do have a few inspiration.
I've got some lucky points as well. Or do I lean into the nat one?
If you're a halfling,
Well, you're a
so
halfling.
you get a
can't-
reward.
you have
I
to
can't roll
You
ones!
can't
Yes, you have a lucky.
Because I rolled a...
Yeah,
in
you
that
can't
case,
roll a 1. That is
dirty
yeah,
20.
a dirty 20.
Oh,
So what happens is you get to the end of this magma field, but it's at 45-degree angle, so you're trying to think it, and in front of you, so you're running on this cliff, this sort of endless cliff, and suddenly it just falls away and you fall down into the ground, and you see these vines just like reaching out to you, and you grab hold of it and you hold on and you arm your thing, and whatever was above you has run over the top of you. Whatever it is, it's gone. It's not fallen in this chasm before. with you after you, and so you hold on to this vine, and you swing. It sort of swings along, and you see that there's an opening in this blackness, which is like a red fired cave, but it's like a forge. You know it's a forge, and you hear this clinging of metal in there, and you leap and you jump in and run forward to the forge, and you hear this clanging. There's someone working the forge, but you can't. They're just a shadow of a figure, and they turn to you and just look at you with this blank nothingness. It's just like an outline of a being, but you're aware that you've got to take their hand. So they reach a hand out to you. You grab it, and they chuck you into the fire, and you fall in, and you just feel like your essence just burns away. And you awake back on the floor in a bloody mess that you are, with all these wounds over you. You are still racked with a sickness, unfortunately, because of the constitution fail. You are cut from every inch of yourself. You have, at this time, for a moment, you have 1 hit point, basically. However, so everyone else, you see these cuts happen. You see him fall to the ground, and he's bleeding out, but he's not unconscious. He's unconscious, but he's not unconscious in the term, right? And suddenly his eyes open. And how do you react to that?
I mean, if I see him fall,
Yeah, there you go. Lovely.
if I see him fall, I'd go over there and try and take the helm off. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to.
You would try and go towards him. The minute you get within 5 feet of him, I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Alrighty. That is a whole 11.
Okay. Unfortunately, you then get hit. So the minute you get within 5 feet, this black fire bursts out of him as like a reaction to get you away, and you're hit with it, and you will take. I need dice. Damn, my dice. You take.
That was a lot of
No,
dice.
that was just me getting all my dice out.
When you were reaching like directly for the camera there, it was like an early like 3D cinema moment for me.
Yeah.
So you're just going to reach through the screen.
I'm
it's
glad
not
you
too
had
bad.
the dice pen
5
for me
damage.
because I was thinking about something else. 5.
You take
okay.
5. It's necrotic damage, but
Ew.
even though it's a black flame.
That's it for
Yeah.
Frank.
So
Frank.
it just bursts out from you, and it pushes you back 10 feet as well. So
And I'm unconscious.
I
yeah.
can't get near it. Frankie, do you have your mage hand? Do you have mage? Oh God, she's okay.
Yeah, Frankie's just there. She's got both her daggers drawn. She's holding them so tight.
Well,
her
this is
knuckles
probably-
are going white, and she is just staring.
Well,
daggers.
so I'm just going to give you the time frame. That's been about 2 rounds. So it's been about 12 seconds that all of that's happened for Hummel. For Hummel, it's been like infinity. And so Kerry, you've really done that. 1 round he's gone down. 1 round you've gone towards him. So we're already 12 seconds in, and now he's awake already. So it's all happened very quickly. Maybe 3 rounds, let's say. It's quite a lot.
Hummel, you alright? I mean, you don't look alright.
Am I conscious? I'm unconscious.
You're awake now.
I'm
You are
awake.
awake, but yeah, you're awake, but you feel violently ill, and you feel absolute agony all across your body.
Where am I?
You're back in the vault. I can't get near you.
The vault.
How are you feeling, buddy?
I remember a vault. I had the craziest dream. And you were there. And you were there. And a little bit of, I know, okay. Dorothy, yeah.
Oh yes, sorry, I know where you are now. I just got the reference. I was like, I know this is a reference. What is it?
Sorry, Chloe and I went around for the release of the original film, so we didn't get
Hey,
Whoa.
I got it. I was just like,
Even I wasn't there for the release of that.
what kind of a theatre kid would I be?
That's true.
He just kind of like brings his arm up and tries to push himself up, but he just hasn't got the strength, and he kind of slumps back down, and then just kind of like sits down on his knees. Probably throws up a little bit more as he
I'm sort of just gonna lean over to Carrie and just be like, do you think I should heal him?
I mean, you can try.
But do you think it's a good idea?
Yes.
You don't know what that helm did to him, though.
Look at him.
The helm. The helm. I remember. And he kind of touches his head and feels it. And it's like... It feels like a lifetime ago. I've died 1,000 times.
Carrie's got a notebook out and is furiously writing this down.
A good idea in case I forget, and I'm going to start telling her like some of the things that I've seen. I was like, because I haven't got the strength to write. I was like, this is going to make an amazing song. And then I was being chased, and I had this big axe, but I feel brilliant. Yeah.
So
awful at the same time.
Once about a few moments past, then Hummel, you start, and people might start noticing this. Everyone's got quite high perceptions, I believe. But
I have 19, so
yeah, you start to notice those wounds are just healing themselves. They're just starting to heal up, and the blood sort of just seeps into the ground. But you do notice with a 19 that blood turns black before it seeps into the ground.
yikes.
I'm sorry. I remember now. I'm sorry that I did not mean to attack you all. I know how it looks.
Frankie, you will wake up now. You're out of this trance now.
And
And Zoe.
And
and
Zoe
Ryan.
goes, "You bastard!" She runs at you. She is literally just about to. She's just literally just about to punch you in the head. Is that Hummel? That's it. She literally runs for you.
As she goes for me, I'll put my hand up and I'm like, shush! I can explain. And as I do that, she just stops in the air, and I'm like looking at my hand. I'm like,
God, you bastard! You do this to me! I can't believe you do this to me! I need the helm! You fix my brain! I've been waiting for so long! Please!
your brain.
Yes!
That was part of the deal.
And
I
she
remember.
just starts weeping. She's kind of weeping. She's kind of
And
like crying.
stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll walk towards her, and I'm like, shh,
Just
and
need
I'll
to fix myself, please.
wipe away her tear, and close my eyes, and then put my hands on her head and try to find, try and find her. Look through her memories and try and find her and see if I can
You do.
bring everything back for her.
So what happens when you do that is you go into her mind and you feel the jaggedness. You feel like everything has got edges to all of these thoughts. Every thought is glitching and edged, and you see half of a story, and it's like seeing pieces of mirrors floating in space where images are sort of projected on each of them but individually broken. But then they start to flip back together slowly, and you're doing this memory by memory. They just sort of come back, and you see her life in front of you. You see this young tiefling growing up in Sigil. She's like an urchin on the streets. She sort of works her way up. She learns she has this innate magical ability, but people don't like it. Whenever she does anything, it doesn't work right, and everyone around her just starts to shun her from this. But she learns on her own. She goes away to the hive, this underground part of Sigil, which is where the chaos attacks take her in. They love chaos, and they sort of find her they see her as some sort of like chaos born child, and so with that they sort of help nurture this ability within her. She then grows up, she goes off and adventures for them and into all the chaotic planes and finding out weird and wonderful magics and trying to like learn the abilities of everything. She's just enamored by all knowledge of anything chaotic to try and see where this chaos might lead. Is there a rule to it, or is it all pure chaos? And without going to a whole life story, it finally forward until suddenly she comes up with this idea that she wants to know the truth about the demons. She's enamored by their structure, and so she finds this one that she thinks is vulnerable. He's got second in command that's probably like always on the edge of taking him over. He's not a major player on the plains, so she thinks this is the one to try. She builds up the courage to read in their mind and steal their true name. And then you hear the true name, and you hear this whisper of Emotacan, like that, and it comes to you, and you know it, and it's there. But the moment she hears that name, that's when her brain just splits into two, and it's warped by this energy that emanates from this creature, and it's evil. You've seen the worst of evil now, but this is a good amount of evil, and this you see at that point her mind and her sort of energies of that element, her energy, her sort of soul matrix or whatever that is split and rendered in two, and one of them is left in another dimension, in like a slightly altered realm, a bit like yourselves, really. And with that, you notice that, but then you see that she's trying to find a way, what she can do. She can never hear what this Ozzy's talking about, but gets a name, and you realise it's been probably years she's been on this plane around, but time has become a bit of a weird suit for her as well. And so, but then you turn up, and no one else has ever come here. This is a very backwater part of the abyss. It's the abyss. It's infinite. But like, there's a one gate, and that gate that she was hanging around on, she knew went to Archeron. She was always thinking, Archeron to Sigil and back, depending on which side you went to it. And she was just waiting for someone to come through to have the gate key, so that she could go through, at least find some way. But then you come along, and she sees a potential in you and realizes that there's something special. You come with a Dabu. She knows what they are. They're very powerful creatures. They never really live Sigil. So why are they here? And that's it. And suddenly you finally you get to, it comes through to all that you just see now, and the final piece of that shattered jigsaw, of the Shattered Realm. Hey, see what I did there? I said the title. Oh. You see what I say? There we go.
Roll credits. Roll credits.
Title of the movie.
Jinx.
You know Ryan's going to put it in now.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
it will roll credits.
Yeah, no, so I would say JR roll credits. And then, and suddenly you can see Ozzy in this, and you see her reform, and those tears just burst out even more now, but with joy, and she's just like, thank you so much. I can feel again. It's so amazing. Thank you. And she's just like, you keep Helm, I don't care. Can we go kill Demon Lord now, please? I want to just go shoot him in face or something. It'd be nice. Hummel, also, to let you know, you hear messages in this time as well, memories from another lifetime. You're running across a scree field, and there's some sort of bear and a snake chasing you, and a person named Wisp that talked to you. However, this was in a different realm, and Frankie looked slightly different, and Carrie was there, and Gigi was there, but Gigi was called Gizmo. But you have these memories now of this infinite, this little moment in time, that what happened since you split. Some weird American spoke in your voice. It was very strange. They all had American accents. Like, what was that about?
Was there another Jin there?
Another what?
Dabu, where his name is.
Brian. There wasn't another
Brian.
Dabu there. No.
There was or wasn't?
But Wisp was there. Wisp was someone that seemed to be aiding them. You don't know what that is yet.
Right. Wisp wasn't one of the three that was at the
and you nearly died on that plane in this alternate reality.
Oh dear.
Interesting. Anyway, that was just something else to add. But yeah, Zoe is crying with happiness. She's back, and she's like, oh, hello, friends. Yes! I know name now. It's name Emotacan. Let's go kill Emotacan. We can control him. Yes, in fighty time. I don't care. You steal Helm, Frankie. I care about you. Trying to steal Helm from me as well. I remember that. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Frankie. She's just. You can just hear her just whispering. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
I'll put like a hand on Frankie's shoulder and just be like, Frankie.
She's like pointing one of the daggers at Hummel, going, first thing you do, you rip us into God knows how many realities. You make me weaker than I've felt in years. And now you steal my helmet. You give me one good reason why I shouldn't gut you like a quipper fish. And she's like just shaking the dagger.
Frankie, this isn't your helmet. It's not my helmet either. And I feel at some point it will need to be given back to the rightful owner. But for now, it's better off and safer, I feel, in the hands of someone a bit calmer and, so I would say, less chaotic. I did not mean you any harm, much as I did not mean Zoe any harm, or our other two friends here. Truth be told, I didn't read the description of the spell properly and did not realise it would affect everybody in the room when I decided to cast it. However, I assure you that I have everybody's best interests at heart. Frankie, I've known you a long time. Longer perhaps than anybody here. Back in the days in Luskan, I used to sit in your court. I mean you no ill will.
Oh, I'd say you better sleep with one eye open, Hummel. And then she just, whatever the nearest thing is to her, she will just pick it up and just launch it across the opposite direction, launch it across the room.
Remember when we
Roll
met?
me a D100, please.
If you pick up the cursed sword.
No, it's not that. I just want to see what one you smash. Just want to smash
29.
29. Okay, doesn't matter. You smash something in the distance. You just hear it smash. You hear a small explosion when it smashes, as well, like a. Poof. Brian goes, right. So, Hummel, how we feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
This is evil. I don't like it, but it's very powerful. We owe Zoe a favour. We did promise her that we would assist her.
Yeah, well, we also promised her and then discussed throwing her in the river, so I feel like we don't have to follow through on that promise.
True. I did discuss that as well. I've recently experienced something, and I don't think I'd wish the tiniest amount of pain that I've just experienced on anybody else, except for maybe a demon lord and this Riksha Khan wizard dude that we're fighting, whatever his name is.
Emoticon.
You mean Caraptus.
Oh, Caraptus.
Yeah. Only truly evil people. Zoe's not evil. I think misguided, perhaps, much like our friend Frankie over here. There's hope for you yet, Frankie. I felt it the first day we met.
Perhaps this is a discussion best have later in relative safety.
Yeah.
Frankie's just chunched under her breath. Just to break game for 2 seconds, I'm just now picturing Hummel again. I don't know how many people watched Black Books when that was out.
Yeah.
Bill Bailey swallows a little book of calm.
Yeah.
That's how I'm visioning Hummel.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it literally is. Yeah, very much so. Also, your alignment didn't. You are neutral, so you did move to evil. You did, but you actually do have an evil alignment now. Just to remind you, which is fine. It just,
Welcome to
but
the
it kind of
party.
because you're seeping in evil, basically. By now, your hit points are at full maximum of the new sheet that I gave you.
Nice.
It's just like 217. Let's.
Well, he's still a glass cannon. Don't mention the glass cannon. But he's still a...
Bingo.
Everyone do a shot, quick.
Yeah. So so with that, though, Zoe's like, okay, can you release me now? Because this is getting uncomfortable. I'm still hanging in space.
Of course.
Thank you.
And he's just like,
You do. And she said, I can still fly, though, for 2 hours. It's cool.
Whee.
Hey, whoa. Oh, let's go see what you broke open. Should we go take it? I think we should take it. Let's take some... Actually, no. It's not a good idea. Yes, I'm right. Okay, let's not take it.
Zoe, you did mention when you had your whole before thing going on about a realm splitter axe.
There is, it's right
That was in
there.
here.
I mean, I was, I feel a little bit more calm now, and I think it's pretty worth taking. It's very powerful. I think his boss would probably want it, but I also want it a bit because it's cool. But if we want a way out, I'm sure we can use this. Yes. But it would also be quite... I still, even though I'm probably got better senses now, yes, I can hear Ozzy. I still kind of hear those two voices. Is that weird? I'm sure it's fine. I'll get used to it. But maybe maybe we could go kill her. Should we go kill him? I think we should. I'm not sure. I don't know anymore. It's probably a good idea. If we do... Frankie, you want your own helm? Do you want your own helm?
That is a bad idea.
Because when you kill a demon lord, their power is put into Helm, and you can become demon lord yourself if you take Helm.
I need to kill something, and I need to kill something soon.
Okay, I'm only going to say this once. Frankie, Gary, and Gigi, you are probably low level compared to this guy and me now, because me very high level again. I have all my powers again, so I am now 1. This person,
Zoe,
you
I love you and everything, but I don't particularly trust you when you say you're high level Hummel. Yes, okay.
Oh, you don't trust
Please.
me? Okay.
No, just please look after yourself. What? I don't want you to, go fight a demon lord and turn out you're not actually as high level as you think you are.
Okay.
What's a level?
High powerful person, high level, fighty person. I don't mean levels. I mean just.
You mean you don't put numbers to everything in your life, Frankie? I thought everyone did that.
Well, for my studies, I do a little bit. Yes, of course. But
yeah, exactly. It's the natural thing to do.
Let me just say, if I want to create an earthquake here right now, I could create earthquake. You want me to create an earthquake? I could do it. It'd be a bit of a waste. I want to save that for later.
We're in a vault full of very dangerous magical items. Please do not, under any circumstances, create an earthquake.
Finger of Death, I can do that one. That's a good trick.
I also wouldn't do that.
Oh. No? Okay. These are fun spells. I like misty spells. I missed all of these fun spells. Disintegrate is one of my favorites. I love doing that to people. It's kind of... Well, not people. To bad... demons that are going to get my way, obviously. I'm not that crazy.
Why don't I just hang on to the axe for the meantime, and if we need it, I can give it to someone? Should we do that?
Yes.
Is that okay with everyone?
I mean, it seems pretty cursed. If you have a glove, I would maybe handle it with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I read? I can read everything now.
Everything. Yeah. One of your feats as well. I've given you. You can read everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sure.
So
as I said,
who's the axe made by?
I'm going to say what I said to Luke, so people are aware. I said to him, "You tell me what you want to do. You probably can do it. It's easier that way. So anything you want to do, you do it right now."
Yeah. So who is this axe made by? What's the big bad about this axe?
I can tell you what it is. It's made by Eoscar. And when you hear that name,
bless you.
You hear this name, and you will know this. I don't think. Some people might know this, but you are the only one that's read it, and you know it. Eoscar, from your memories, these are from your new memories you've gained. Eoscar was the ruler of Sigil. Eoscar is known as the god of portals, and he is a very powerful being that has been outlawed in Sigil. And anyone who is seen mentioning his name, let alone some people try and worship him. There was once a Dabu who tried to worship him, who went, so it goes a bit wrong. The Lady Pain will kill you instantly. She has an ability just to maze people or just to turn them into blood puddles. So, he used to be the ruler of it. She usurped him and took control because she didn't really like what he did and stopped all deities entering into Sigil. So, but people say she killed him, but people say he's put into a maze somewhere. He's just deep in the heart of her maze, still under control, in binds. But that's who he is, and therefore he is the god of all teleportation, portals, gates, doors, everything like that.
Cool.
And this upset lady of pain.
In
my notes.
Oh yes. And so Eoscar is an outlawed thought to think of even, and this Realm Shredder axe will allow you to you can do some really cool attacks, which is like every time you attack you do force damage by literally splitting. And if you split someone in half with enough, if you do half their hit point damage with it, which can be quite doable for low level things, you literally cut them in half, and one half of their body falls into the top half of their body falls into a portal, like the portals and Portal. And you can create portals by doing 2-point portals, by hitting one side of the axe and turning around and doing the other side of the axe to create a portal to walk through. You can also just charge it with energy, and you can split reality and plane shift anyway, like at any time.
It's like the subtle knife in his Dark Materials.
It is exactly like the subtle knife in his Dark Materials. Plus the portal gun, because you can do 2 types of portal. Where you can, like,
that's cool.
You can do the hand. You could go through and gate. I think it's called Arcane Gate. Is the spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can basically cast all of these things a number of times a day. I think it's 6 with 6 charges, and you roll to charge every day. I haven't given anyone the spells for that, but you would know that from reading the text.
Cool. So the axe will definitely help us get back to Sigil. I don't know, Brian, the Lady of Pain, is she gonna like seeing that axe?
Look, I'd say that my thought is that she'd rather it was with her than it was here, if you know what I mean. Because, like, but if you can do the handing over, I'd feel much calmer. I'd feel much calmer.
The Lady of Pain knows me. We've had some conversations. We get on just fine.
She doesn't talk to anyone. You do know that, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, she only talks to us. Like, and we
yeah. I mean, it's those conversations where we don't really speak to each other. We're just sort of like passive aggressive. Okay. And I occasionally just go and like shout outside her house a little bit.
It's like one of those friends that you don't talk to for years and years and years and years, but when you do, you're just like right back in there, like you're best friends again.
He just believes you. He just instantly believes you. Oh, right.
Well, GG,
wow,
sounds
I
like...
didn't know this. To be honest, I've seen weirder things today, so...
Yeah, I'm not planning to do anything with this, because you seem to be having a great time over there, Hummel, but I'm fine with, like, this, so I'm just going to keep this, like, on my back, and only really use it if it's really, really important to.
So you pick it up, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you pick it up, and it is innocuous. It is... You need to attune to it to do any of these things, so you need to take an hour to sort of spend time with it and sort of read and sort of like do some axing. Are you proficient in axes?
No. I'm almost certain not.
Depends what type of axe it is, because it's
a great axe.
So a martial weapon.
Yeah. Is it a really good axe or a great axe? Sorry.
That one took me a little bit.
An inspiration point for that. You get disadvantage on the next attack roll. That's what I was saying.
Do you want me to write that down? I'll write that down.
No, you just lose inspiration. You've got no inspiration now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's the second time this has happened in 5 episodes.
Maybe stop making bad puns then.
Yeah, but keep doing it. but don't do it.
Okay, no, I will. I am not proficient with it then, but that is fine because I'm not really planning to use it to attack things.
Yes, but you can attune to it, but when you do so, I'm going to need you to make a roll with disadvantage, basically, to see if you can. You're going to have to make an Arcana check to see if you can axe enough to slice the realms of reality, or you're going to have to hand it over to someone who is proficient in.
That's fine. I'm just hanging on to it at the moment because I don't want to give it to Carrie or Frankie.
I think it's fine. You might have to though because she's proficient in it. That's what I'm saying.
That's fine.
So okay, right. Okay, Brian posted. Oh wait, Zoe, look. What are we doing? Are we ready to go now? You've got your helm, Zoe. You seem alright. Are you ready to go? Do we really need to go fight this? I don't think we need. We can leave them to fight them out. They're going to kill each other anyway, I'm sure.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit concerned about that, Helm. But if we're going to go kill the Demon Lord, then we need to go do it now, I guess.
I'd say now or never. Also, Hummel, you start to cough up some more blood, and your feeling is still a little bit like you're still health is fine, but you're still sort of racked with this illness still. And so that sort of happens. I think he needs to see someone at some point. He's probably all right, but I'd like to get him in front of her. I'd like to get you home soon. Well, home, new home, get you set up, get you all rested up, and have a little chat about all the shit that's going down, and maybe start fixing the world. But what do you want to do? Because I have no power to stop you doing what you need to do. Really, you're as person with X or person with Helm who's really going to get us home. So up to you, really. What do you want to do?
Okay, where do you want to go?
So I think I would like to kill Demon Lord, but I'm happy to come back another day. Me borrow Helm from you, I come back and have some fun. I'm also quite worried now, with some more thought to myself, that getting Frankie in front of a Helm of a Demon Lord is probably not a good idea because she become Demon Lord, and that scared me also. But maybe maybe you want to do that?
No.
I'm concerned enough about Hummel becoming a demon lord. I don't want to be concerned about Frankie doing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
agree
Hummel
with
is
Gary.
some sort of devil king now, I think, basically. I think, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she starts speaking to you in Infernal, and she goes, "You understand me now, right? Yes?" And she just goes, like this to you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't think I can speak it, but I think I understand it.
No, you can now speak it.
I can speak
You
it.
can
I'll
speak
speak
it.
back to her.
You can speak
Yeah.
all languages and understand all languages.
So I'll be like,
Right, okay,
And-
cool. It's
yeah.
a great language, right? You can swear.
Yeah.
I'll teach you some good swear words. And
I'll be like,
She just gives you some- yeah.
Mr. Frankie.
Yeah, she gives you some other ones. It's like the armpit of a rakshasa or something like that. Something like that is what she says, or something like that. Or like you're some think of some good ones, but that's one I can think off the top of my head. Yeah. And she just gives you a load of these. Oh, I'm just teaching him swear words in Infernal, that's all. Just now he knows that. I don't get to share it with many people. So, Anyway, should we go swear in the Infernal at the Demon Lord? Or not?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Out of interest,
Yes.
does like Hummel have an accent when he's speaking this other language, or is it just like perfect? Like polished?
It's got to still be an Essex accent. It's still got to be like frictionless, mate.
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 There's a bit of mate in there just for fun. I'm gonna say, like, you three little babies, little children now,
Okay.
probably want to go home to mommy, and big people go fight, because I think you die. No, you know what I mean.
You know what, Zoe? I was planning on doing that, and then you
Yeah.
went and insulted me.
I knew you would work with the chicken shit talk. Come on.
Oh God.
I know how to play you. Exactly. Hey, I was always crazy. That's the trick. So, anyway, seriously, we're doing this? Let's go. Yeah?
If we're doing this, Hummel, you're going in the front.
Hummel, I suggest
Yeah.
either one of you with X, let's not go into battle outside. Let's teleport straight to his chamber. Yes? Let's do this. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? Like, literally, seriously, I'm
No,
going to be
I'm
absolutely
not.
honest to you. Like, you're about to fight
Demon Prince.
CR27 Demon Prince. Okay, I just want
Yeah.
to clarify that to you. Okay, so like, be prepared.
Okay. All right. Kerry,
It's gonna
would
end.
you?
I'm going to remind you though that Luke can probably end it ridiculously quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's entirely how
This is
quickly
what I'm
Luke wants to
banking
get
on.
through this.
Yeah.
We are we're a group. We came here together. We started this adventure together. I feel I owe it to Zoe, and I've kind of got this bit of a bloodlust going on. This is new, and it's kind of
That's
nagging
interesting.
voice in the back of my mind
Oh.
saying to kill this person.
Sorry, CR23.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah,
much,
like
much
it makes
better.
difference.
That's fine. We can do that.
Did
GG.
yeah.
I feel you're the only one at the moment that I can trust with any kind of moral value, similar to how I should be feeling.
Oh yeah, I feel weird on this plane. Just go for it. Go.
Yeah. I actually picked that up, Gary. We should probably have like a chat about that at some point.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Well, I'll add it to the list just under fight a demon lord in the abyssal plane. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a go to me. And then
Okay.
the room starts spinning around and going all blurry
Oh,
all
God.
around us, and get like, yeah, everything kind of just goes all blurry and spinny, and then wherever the demon lord is, I suppose.
Right, so you think of it, so you notice it's actually pretty much above where you are, and you sort of like, you use your newfound power to sort of just, you sweep your arm out, and that black flame just kind of comes out as you sweep up, and it captures everyone, and it sort of attaches to all of you, and you're kind of, what the fuck? And then it just sort of encapsulates all of you, and as that sort of black fire encapsulates you, and you sort of become within the shadow, it sort of splinters out again, and you're back in a new room, and you're in this grand, huge chamber. It is kind of, imagine this, it's built on a, if you could imagine like a devil's high ceilinged gothic chamber, but however, where there would be like stained glass windows, they have been broken through with these honeycomb shapes where these like dripping bits of like glooping slime flop out of these like, just like cascading down these windows, and in the center high up there's this huge cocoon of like silk that's been wrapped around and round and round and round and round and round, you realise there is no one else inside this room at all. From outside the door, you hear thumping on the door, you hear fighting, and the battle continues just outside this chamber. But in here, there is just this cocoon, and there's just this, as I said, this slime comes down the walls. There is this gooping corner things, and you just hear little flitters of things about, and then little, very small, as you would know mosquitoes to be, just flying around, coming towards you, and start swarming around the cocoon. Hummel.
I mean, I was about to say I'm on the lookout for mosquitoes, but I guess I don't need to.
No, they're just there. They're just loads of them, and they're swarming around this cocoon, and sort of you see it start to be unraveling.
Frankie's just going to whisper to Kogod, whatever you do, do not cast light.
And as you do, you see this cocoon starts to shift and warp, and it's sort of like moving, and then you start hearing like this screeching sound coming from like these little mosquitoes, and they're sort of like sounds like, and it's making this very loud like noise of the hum of a mosquito, but it's getting louder and louder and louder. And where those honeycomb is, you start to see things emerging from inside the honeycomb, and climbing out are very much like these humongous mosquito heads just start coming out, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, they're just like growing out, and they're sort of like their little eyes are looking, big eyes looking for you, and then they all home in on you, and about 15 of them sort of grow out of it, and then you notice like a big glob of muck comes down from above, and then you see right above this like cocoon, there's like a big fleshy monster that's the ceiling, and it sort of drops another tentacle down to the ground, and then it sort of flops to the ground, and it's huge. It is like, so that just flops to the ground. There are these little mosquito things, big mosquito things, little mosquito things, and this opening of this cocoon. I need you all to roll initiative. Basically.
Oh boy.
Basically.
Natty 20 for Frankie, so that's a total of 24.
24. Okay. Hummel, you go whenever you want to go.
Okay.
You are aware of everything that's going on right now. You see the Matrix. You know Kung Fu.
That's what I was thinking earlier
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Was the like when I did the thing to Zoe,
Yeah.
I was just bullshitting, but I was just like picturing like him stopping the bullets
Yes,
as
that's it.
numbers are coming down and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
I got a 9.
Okay, so let's carry with a 9. GG.
A 2.
Ooh.
2. Bloody hell. All right, I'm going to give these theirs. So Mozzie's got 16. You got one more round until Big Bad comes out, because the Big Bad isn't the big flesh monster. Flesh monster gets 13.
Oh, good. That's what we like to hear.
And the Big Bad, I'm just going to roll for when they get out. Oh. They rolled 18. Well, they rolled 9, but they get 18. Is that right? 18? I think I got a 9 plus 9. Just need to remove. Oh, I just. Oh
is
no,
fine.
no, it's not. It's no. I got too overexcited. I got their strength and dex the wrong way around.
What's the betting we die before the darkest timeline because of our own stupidity?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Chris is
Emoticam.
regretting this decision.
I like to think the Darkest Timeline won't have killed a well, assuming we do it, won't have fought a demon king
Lord.
by their 5th episode.
Oh, I need to do.
Not what they might have done, but just they won't have done it on purpose.
Yeah, we deliberately
What's
source
Ozzy?
out the Stephen King.
14. Oh, sorry. 14 for Ozzy. Well, Zoe Ozzy.
Yikes.
So she goes a little bit off. She goes before them. She goes before the Demon Lord, which is good, but not before the Flesh Monster. No, just before the Flesh Monster as well, actually. It's just before the after the mosquitoes. So Zoe and... I need to do Brian as well. Brian is just like... 4. He got a 4. So he's just after GG. Before GG. Right, there's a lot of people here, but this is going to happen. I'm doing this, but actually, this is all going to happen very quickly. I'm hoping, right? Yes? No? Yes?
Unless Hummel decides that it really doesn't matter.
So, unless Hummel wants to go, it's Frankie's turn first.
Frankie can go.
Okay, so it's this flesh monster that's kind of just dropped down.
Drops
to the floor
down,
in front.
yeah.
I'm guessing it's seen us. Is there anything to hide behind? Is there anything to take?
You are in an open room. It's
room.
got stanchions. So, like I said, to imagine a Gothic tower at the base of a church, and it's got all these like veins of detail and intricate pattern that happen in this metal that create pilasters. It's a 6-sided shape that has alcoves in each corner, and then above each alcove is where these huge, instead of being stained glass windows, are huge honeycomb structures that have like this honey like slime coming out of them, and the flesh monsters land in the bottom. So if you imagine this sort of you're in the middle of this high chamber, flesh monsters to the front and right of you, you've got the door behind you, and then front and right of this, and then you've got above you here a huge chrysalis cocoon thing.
So how far away is the flesh monster from Frankie?
So the room, and the room itself is probably about 120 feet diameter. So it is about 90 foot, but maybe the closest part of it, because it's about a 15-foot object.
Right.
Takes up
90 foot was the magic number.
Fantastic.
So right, okay. So Frankie's just going to start sort of like creating this sort of mythical ball in her hands, and it's these clouds form and electricity shards to buzz out of it, and she's going to hurl this chromatic orb at the flesh monster.
Right.
Okay, that is plus 11, 23 to hit.
That hits.
Right,
You are first to go. Does that give you anything special or not? I don't think it does actually in your subclass. Sorry, no, it's not you're not an assassin. It's only assassins who get if you go first.
No, I got nothing now. So what I'm going to do then, that is going to be 3d8 worth of electrical damage.
Okay.
Very fun.
Zoe goes.
Like lightning damage.
Not so, baby. Okay.
Yeah, like lightning damage. Sorry.
It's like a big old bug zapper.
Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. That is 12. That is 19 points of lightning damage.
19 points of lightning damage on the flesh monster, which is also known as a Sibriax for anyone at home. Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay. Then I would like to...
19, you said, so it's on...
19.
It becomes... and you think what that is... Yeah, okay. You did a lot of damage.
Excellent. Okay, I've got a movement of 30 feet. Mm-hmm. Is there anywhere I can move and use a bonus action to hide? Is there an alcove within 30 feet
Yeah,
of
you
me?
can get to an alcove within 30 feet, yeah.
Okay, I will get to 30 feet and I'll use my bonus action to hide, which is a 14 on the die plus stealth 24 to hide.
Yeah, I don't think anything... No. Oh. What did you say? 30? 24?
24.
You're not hidden from the flesh monster.
Right, okay. That's
You're very
fine.
much aware that it sees you still.
The fact I've just thrown a ball of lightning at it, I think I would take that, yes.
But other things are not aware of you. But I'm just saying you won't get sneak attack on that flesh monster, but you would on other things.
That's fine, yep. Okay, that's me done.
Okay, fine. Next up then, it is mosquitoes. Yeah, so these I was trying to think, what are these? So, right. They're gonna all bloody hell, guys, are you sure about this? Okay. They're gonna swarm. So they're swarming.
Love that. Yep.
And so with that, they're going to go for whoever they can't see Frankie. They're going to go for whoever looks like who's going to go next. I think they're going to go for Zoe. She seems to be the most sort of like present and raring to go and sort of interesting person for them to attack. So they're going to roll a plus. She needs to make that save. She does make the save from the drone, and then it is +5 to attack. They roll a 2, so no. It literally, these things come in, but she just like goes no, fuck, no, fuck, and just like gets out of the way and then just rolls as they sort of fly over her head, like, and then sort of loop round to then take another attack on whoever they are. But they just, these little mosquitoes like swarming like a, you know, when you see those classic cartoons when they flow around like swifts in the air and stuff like that, they sort of just go over the top of her and they're coming back to take another attack. But they don't do that in time. And that is their turn. Next up, it is Zoe. Zoe goes, first goes, Emotakan, I control you! Da, 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 da. And she does this, like, and actually does this. And she goes, all right. And she starts putting out, she goes, puts out, gets out some chalk and lands on the ground and starts to, like, draw some symbols out. And she begins a ritual. I'm coming for you, Emo. Don't let anyone hurt me whilst I do this. And she starts writing this out on the floor. And that's her whole turn. And she starts, and it's going to take a little bit of time. So she starts this.
I'm so mad because I have a good spell for that, but I've realised it has a material component.
So yeah, she's got to start drawing out the ritual to control this beast, but that's fine. So, yep. Next up is Flesh Monster, but go on.
I was going to say, I'll go then, because she wants protecting, and she was just attacked. Mm-hmm. So how many, was it just one creature around her, or was it like a swarm?
It's a swarm, but yeah, they act as one, basically.
They act as one. And it's the mosquito things. With my Helm of Forbidden Knowledge, do I know what the creatures are, and do I know what kind of damage they'll possibly be weak to?
Yeah, they are. I can tell you, you will know this. You will know that they are very small variants of a chasme or a chasme. I don't know how you pronounce it. Chasme, and chasme. It's a chasme. Oh, Matt Mercer does the voice things on D&D Beyond. Did you know that?
Oh wow!
If you press it,
I know that you could get.
Good for him. Yeah. I suppose he does need the work, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Chasme. It was very good. It was like chasme. So a chasme, they're like a very small variant of a chasme that swarms, which is they are resistant to cold, fire, and lightning, immune to poison.
Okay.
Sweet, man. However, you've got your new fantasy spell.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Save it.
Uses a spell song and save them. I'm going to save them. I'll just Eldritch Blast it.
Yeah, go on then.
Why not?
Oh.
I get
Interesting. Eldritch Blast, but you're a bard. What is this?
Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Wow.
What is this?
This anger is just built up inside Hummel, and like this voice in the back of his head's just like, kill them all.
Yeah.
And he gets his flute out to, like, as he normally does to cast some kind of spell, but instead it just shoots out loads of random wibbly wobbly purple flame bolts, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" But there you go.
Awesome. Give me the damage. Roll me what happens.
Well, I got roll to hit.
Roll to hit.
I feel like at this point, no one is surprised. Like,
Yeah.
So I've got a nat 20 on the first one.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Come on.
A 16 plus 11 for the second.
Mm-hmm.
A 16 total for the third.
Mm-hmm.
And 29 for the fourth.
What? Mm-hmm. How many? Jeez.
So they do.
You might be a level 20 warlock. You might.
So the first
how
one.
glad are you, Chris, that we stopped you getting to do this?
I'm fine. Frankie, however, is a different story.
So in the first session, we did talk about how if we beat a target by more than 10,
Yes, it's a crit. Yeah.
It's a crit, yeah. So how
15.
many of those were crits?
15 is their natural armor. So.
Okay, so 3 crits and 1 normal. So let's just say that's going to be 2, 4, 6.
Just give me the full power. Don't roll for it. Tell me what the full power is. Don't
if it was
roll.
max damage,
max
it's
damage
1d.
Doubled.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Right, max damage. So the full power there would be 30.
Yeah.
Plus 3 d10s.
No, just tell me. No, you don't have to roll.
Oh, okay.
So it's
max damage.
7d10, so it's 70 damage.
There you go.
So you do 70 damage. Everyone else, you see. So Zoe goes down and says, "Protect me whilst I finish runes." And then Hummel goes, "Oh, what?" out of the recorder, these things like show off, and they enlarge and encapsulate the whole of this swarm and just burn them in this purple fire, and they just kind of like fall out of the sky as like little embers in a flame, just like listing down, and they're all just gone. Every single one of them just turned to nothing.
And then he'll step forward and stand in front of Zoe and be like, hurry up. Don't take too long now.
Also, I'm gonna send you some other things as well. As I forgot to mention that you've got. I forgot to mention
More?
you've got more things. Okay,
More?
I'm gonna cut this.
And Mr. Hamilton, you are spoiling us.
Legendary resistance. You have 3 of them per day,
Okay.
and you also you can take legendary actions once per turn as well. So you get a second action turn economy in this as well. So don't forget that. You are legendary. Okay, right now. Okay, this is it.
Oh, I knew that anyway.
I knew that this is Lucas. This is where I'm meant to be. I am legendary.
I'm never playing a low-level character again. 20 all the way from onwards.
This won't have any
This
consequences,
won't have
I'm
any
sure.
consequences. No, exactly. Anyway, right. So you do that, and then it is Flesh Monster's turn. So the Sibriax is going to have a go. It is. Okay, I need.
Oh, I don't like this.
Oh, come on. So I'm going to choose. It's going to choose the high hitter, definitely, Hummel. It's going to choose Zoe because it knows what she's trying to do. And it's going to choose. I'm just going to roll it. And actually, the only other person that's seen it is going to obviously be Frankie because Frankie hit it.
Frankie hit
and it can see it. So Frankie, Hummel, Zoe all need to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh, con. Right.
Okay.
15 for Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to give me a
15.
second.
Oh, Zoe rolls a 1, so she fails.
No!
That's alright, don't worry. She's okay.
Wait. Is that my saving throws? It is. I'm rubbish at con. Can I just choose
Actually,
to pass it?
it's fine for you because, well, you actually are immune to poison, aren't you?
I am immune to poison effects, resistant to damage.
Okay, you're immune to a poison, so it's a poison effect, but you do gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, so I can't be poisoned,
Mm-hmm.
but I can take poison damage.
Okay, so you can't be poisoned, and therefore you wouldn't take the level of exhaustion, so it doesn't actually count on you. But so every turn, I'm going to need those 3 people to make a Constitution saving throw.
Did Frankie
DC
pass?
20.
Yikes.
So did I fail with a 15 then?
Right.
Yeah.
Give me a second, because I think I can get you to re-roll that. There's too much. Hold on.
Well, I could use. Well, I could use my inspiration.
Yeah, do it. I'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
Pretty good time to.
that wasn't as. That was worse.
Okay. Well, you better do it within 6 saves, 6 turns, or you die. So,
Wow.
warning you.
Where was
But
it?
again,
There was definitely
remember,
something I saw.
you've got a level 20 person next to you who probably can sort you out. But
Yeah, I can. Oh no. If you roll a 1, then I can allow you to re-roll it.
yeah.
So,
If-
so what?
can you do that? Oh yeah, because you do have that ability. You've got that
Bountiful luck.
luck. So I'll let Zoe re-roll. She rolled a 6, so it doesn't help, but it still isn't.
So what's happened from failing that throw?
You have 1 level exhaustion.
All right. So yeah. Right.
Your
I was
movement
gonna
is
say, 'cause
halved.
so I
and-
can't have uncanny dodge wouldn't help that. Right.
No.
Okay. 1 level of exhaustion. What does 1 level of exhaustion do again?
It just halves your movement speed.
Halves your movement.
Second
No,
level.
no,
then you
dis-
get
And disadvantage. No, you still get
Disadvantage
No,
on
sorry,
ability.
it's not speed. That's second level, so it's disadvantage on ability
Advantage on-
checks. Then second
yeah.
one is half speed. Sorry, it's disadvantage on ability checks. Okay,
Right.
not saving throws yet,
Yeah.
because you'll need those. Right. Okay.
So, say yet again in that tone of voice, Hamilton.
Yeah. And that is what it does. It's called Warp Creature. If you die, you're going to turn into an abyssal wretch, so you better not die.
Well, that solves the whole.
If you keep
problem
failing,
with
it's
the-
going to only be undone by
Yeah.
a wish spell. So who's the only person who's got one of those handy?
Oh,
They went well last
We are
time.
not letting Hummel do another
not
wish. Not again.
That's all right.
That's
I-
only
I-
if you
no.
transform. Okay. Okay, fine.
Only if you transform.
Yeah.
If,
The exhaustion
Okay.
leaves you if you just sleep, obviously, if you get over
Yeah.
it. But But you have to get rid of the poison first. So you have to have the poison undone, which is okay because you've got someone who can undo poisons. But the transformation. Anyway, okay, fine.
Whose idea was this again?
I warned you. I warned you
In
multiple
fairness,
times.
before we started recording today, I don't think you joined the call yet. As soon as Chris joined, the first thing he said was, I want to have a fight tonight. I've had a bad day.
Yeah.
So,
This is true.
That's
This is
exactly
what's happened. This is what's happened.
so yeah.
So it's going to do that, and then it's also going to do another attack. It's going to
Sure.
squirt bile at Carrie. I think there you go. There you go. Why I don't know why. It just someone is going to choose someone, and then it's going to bite Gigi. Okay, it's got 3 attacks.
Am I within?
What's its reach?
Am I within biting range of it?
120 feet. It can.
Range for the bite?
For a bite?
Oh, sorry. It can't move. It's got a speed of 0 feet, so it just can do. Oh, we'll only do the bile. It can't do the bite attack. Sorry, I forgot that. Right. So it can just do the bile on top. Okay.
For a second there, I was like, what?
Sorry, that's a good point. You're not in attack mode. So okay. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Carrie.
Okay, I am famously good at these. 9!
9. Take 10d6 damage. 4. 5.
Sorry.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Can I
9,
use some
10,
inspiration now?
11, 12, 13, 14,
I have
15,
shield.
16, 17, 18.
That's not going to help.
23. 28 points of damage.
Oh.
To be fair, it's this like
I'm
Hamilton
still up.
rolled
I'm still up.
fairly badly.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
This thing just like once it's like it does this sort of like you see it do this sort of ripple out this sort of spell when it does this warping creature thing, this poison effect on everyone, and it's sort of to everyone that feels this, it's like you just feel yourself like suddenly you're very much aware of the bile that's coming out of this thing, and you feel it coursing through your veins, and all your veins start to burn, and those that fail it, you feel racked with a sickness, very similar to what Hummel was feeling, like just awful, and that you feel like, oh, I need to go. You really want to just go home and just lie in bed, but unfortunately you cannot do that. And then it, on top of that, it then takes a second turn because it can use a legendary action, which is going to do, which that's what it does, which is then squirts this bile out, and it just like pumps out this thing, which just like splashes in a big area just around Carrie. And Carrie, you try and make the save, roll out the way, but it's just too much of an area that you just get caught by it, and it just starts burning you, and it's like acid damage, and it just sort of like part of your skin just sorts to just get these big marks and burns on it, and it's just quite disgusting. That is its turn. Next up, it is Imotacan. So Imotacan, you see that.
Yeah, this is in the bad thing.
I thought that was Emotek.
No.
This is a minion.
That's
Shit.
minion. That's only CR. That thing is only CR something lower than that. 18. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
CR. Yeah, this one is CR 23. So this thing though, you've got another turn because it is still. You see though now this chrysalis open. You see these big long arms with huge claws coming out, and you realize this is probably twice the size of, like, it's probably pretty much giant nearly. This sort of arm is humongous, and it just rips open the cage, and then it sort of takes another arm and rips open another, and out comes this huge mosquito head, which has these, but then instead of like the proboscis being like a standard, it's actually more like an elongated beak, which has got these like massive teeth that come out of every single like there's just loads of them, and you realize that it's just if you look underneath it, it's just like a shark's teeth extension of just teeth underneath, and then it's just pulling open the chrysalis, and you just see its head ripping out like that, and that's what it does for its turn. Then
Hummel, we could do with something big right about now.
yeah. And that's turn. Next up, it is Carrie.
Oh god. I have no healing spells, so that won't be happening.
How much damage did you just take?
28.
Shite.
I'm on 6 hit points. It's fine.
I'm going quite shortly, and
Yeah,
I
Gigi's
doubt I can do anything useful to that. So
Do I do I still have my bard spells, or have I just been completely
you've got
replaced
those
by the
additional.
new
Yeah.
additional?
You're a level 25 character, basically, with 5 levels of bard.
Okay.
Sure.
But you've also just tell me what you want to do it, okay?
No, I was just thinking that after seeing how much damage Carrie took, then I could heal her is what I was thinking. Then
That would be nice.
yeah, I can chuck you a healing word at
Whatever full damage, whatever the full roll is.
Okay, so am I maximising that to the new full level, my maximum bard level?
Full level. Let's do it full level.
So, God, fuck me. Okay, so healing word. Then how many dice is it for level 20? Not healing word. Cure wounds. There's 1d8 for each.
You've got to cast it up.
You've got to
though,
cast
don't
it
you?
by at a higher slot.
Your highest
I
slot
can
that you have is a 5th warlock.
It's 5th warlock.
Yeah.
I won't cast it at 5th
but
warlock.
but you can cast 9th level spells as well because you can do all the necromancy spells. Remember, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. If I cast it at 3rd level, which is my bard level.
Yeah, do your highest bard level. Yeah. What's that then? How many d8?
So that will be
For 3D8,
healing increased by
48?
1d8 for each spell slot above first. So that would be 3d8. I
So
think.
24.
24. Nice.
And that would be my
Most-
legendary action.
That's
it
most
back.
of the health you're using.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Back, yeah.
We're getting it back. It's fine.
Yeah. You get as a legendary actions, by the way, you get 3 per turn. 3
I thought it was
No.
3 legendary resistances and 1 action. you
Sorry,
said.
3 legendary actions. Sorry, that's it. 3 legendary. Sorry, that's it. 3 legendary actions and 1 action. Legendary action per turn.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
So I use one thingy
Okay, cool.
to pass the saving
Right.
throw.
Okay, that makes
then-
sense. So Carrie, then what was your turn then?
Thank you. Zoomed out after having said that. How? So the slime is in front of us. How big is it? And
About 15.
where's the chrysalis?
Chrysalis is hanging up in the air.
Above
the
it.
base of it is probably about about 15 feet. So like a story and a half up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to do an awful lot, but I've cast fairy fire in the air between the two.
Okay.
So they need to both do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I'm assuming the slime that can't move.
Slime can't move.
Probably isn't
Fails
great at that.
automatically fails the dex save. I believe. Let me just check. It has a
I don't know
3
how-
dex.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say it fails anyway. And then the other creature can't move as well, so they both fail.
Perfect.
Sweet.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Um,
Because it's still
Okay.
thing. Yes. What does it do?
they're all outlined in
A fairy fire. So they've got
choose
advantage
blue
on attacks.
light. Yes, they're all outlined in blue light. It
Ooh.
sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius. But yes, any attack roll has advantage as long as the attacker can see it,
Fantastic.
and they can't benefit from being invisible.
Oh yeah. Well,
Nice.
that's quite useful.
If that is a thing that either of them can do, which it may well be.
That's very good. That is very good. That is a good debuff. That is a good debuff.
Yes.
Good support.
And then my bonus action's gonna be good old cupcake.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh
Let
god,
her
where
die
have
as
I
well.
put? Where have I put? Hey, she can heal herself. She's fine.
Brian, by the way, as it's going,
Where is it?
guys, seriously, right, okay, right, we've got to
Yeah,
go.
Bran,
right?
I know.
Yeah, okay, like seriously, what are we doing? Because this looks shit, right? We're all gonna die. We're all gonna freaking die right now. Can we just go? That's Brian.
I'm just checking because I have to Pokeball it out. So I guess that's my bonus action is like,
Okay, Pokeballs out.
cupcake go.
Okay, that is Brian's turn. Most of it he just says, he goes, guys, I don't really know what to do. I don't really have a lot I can do right now. I think this was a very bad idea. I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking the situation is bad. I think we should go, okay? I'm just going to say that. That's all my piece. I don't know what to do. I'm going to give you this bless. You've all got an extra D6. That's it. Like now, quickly, Zoe, can you write that quicker? I don't know if can I help you. I don't know what to do. Oh crap! I did the bless. I'll do that. And if I need to do anything else, I'll do anything else. But you got an extra D8, wasn't it? A D8 on any saving throws. Okay.
Cool.
So there
Nice.
Right. That's Brian's turn. Freaking out and doing what he can do. It's GG. GG, what do you do?
How close are they to each other? Sorry, are they within 20 feet of each other?
Diagonally, maybe. Yeah. Just about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to cast Erupting Earth between the two of them.
Okay.
And
The
sorry,
other one's, one of them's not touching the ground though. Does that count? Because
Yeah.
the one in the air is not touching the ground.
it's a 20-foot cube centered on the point because the Earth goes up.
Okay, so it would just touch the base of it with that because it's 15 feet up to the base of this chrysalis. So
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay.
I mean, yeah, the spell description says it's a 20-foot cube centered on a point.
Okay, fine. Yeah. I'll take
I
that.
have to select a point on the ground, but the cube is 20 foot.
Yeah, so it means that
sorry.
earth comes up enough and hits it. Okay, so what
Okay.
do I need to do?
And I would also like to boost it by using the Circle of Twilight's Harvest Scythe ability, where I can add some d10s to the damage.
Do it. Do it. Come on, let's do some
So-
damage to these things. Come
So
on.
I'm going to do that with her 3 d10s worth. So Gigi's going to slam his staff into the ground and just go, "It's been a really long day." This huge, like, sort of fault line, and then
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so can they both make a dex save?
They all fail.
please?
They both fail. They both fail.
Very, very cool. Okay, then I've got 3d12 plus 3d10.
Yes.
Nice.
That's gonna do some level
Yeah.
5. Fives or 6 now? Six.
Sixes.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
that
26.
is 21
26.
plus 31, 38. That is 44 damage to both of them.
Oh, you actually did more than 10% of the damage to the main demon. I think you should go home happy with that.
Yeah.
You can die happy now.
I mean,
Wow.
it's 270 instead of 304, but it's still over 10%.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
MPV.
That's my big
MVP,
party trick because
Was it 44, 34, sorry?
44.
Oh, sorry, so you've actually did... Sorry, it's at 260. And
Nice.
the other one, and that one is the Cybriax doesn't look happy. The flesh monster really is not happy with that. So, that was 44, so that'd be on... Yeah, that is looking very bloodied. Like, that looks... Oh, like, it's just... You've hit... So the erupting earth comes up, and it's obviously on the ground, and it just pushes it up, and the flesh sort of rips a bit, and it's like, this is really the worst thing you could have done to it. It's an immobile, big, lumpy mess. And it just... And you kind of, the ground shaking, it's all happening inside. It's like an explosion inside its body. You don't see the ground. It kind of sucks it all up. But like you see like rocks sort of growing inside of it. And it sort of seeps out some more of this bile, just kind of like puddles around it. And then the other one just racks and hits the chrysalis, and this thing can't move out of the way. So it sort of and it kind of breaks the base of it, but its legs come free. And you see its legs are like a monkey's feet, you know, very humanoid hands that go to bigger claws, like they had on their hands, on the hands. So it's like exactly another set of hands for their feet.
Don't like that.
But
Well, that's
damn,
my big damage thing done.
Damn good though. Damn good. Yeah.
I feel like Gigi's been kind of like doing little damage or
Yeah.
like support spells this entire time, and everyone just goes,
Yeah.
Damn. Brian goes.
"You,
Brian
you,
even
you
down.
had
Brian
that
goes.
this entire time."
Yeah, exactly. And that's
That's my turn.
That's
because
the turn. Well, it's back up to Frankie. We're a new round now. So
Impressive.
again, Luke, go
Right.
whenever you like, twice, basically.
Thank you.
Just saying. Come on, like, right.
Okay, so Frankie's going to open her palm out, and this time it's this sort of this glowing spike just develops in a palm.
Did sorry to interrupt your fantastic description.
No,
Did
you
they-
can't. You can't. No, you can't.
No, I'm
do
really
that.
sorry.
That's
I'm
it.
really sorry, but I've just
I'm
had a
gonna
thought
mute
that
you.
might help you. That's all. Did they get fairy fired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you've got advantage to hit. So you'll get sneak attack if you've got advantage to hit.
Oh.
Oh,
So
I
if you
did wonder on that one. I forgot. Right, in that case,
Even though
Which is
you
why
roll
I-
with disadvantage because you've got disadvantage on attack throws, you still have advantage on the attack. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So you'll get
I won't
you
get
get
my
straight
sneak. I did
rolls?
wonder
so you'll
on
get
that
your
one.
sneak attack.
So yeah. She starts doing it, but then she gets this little voice that sounds like Hummel in the back of her
Hummel
head.
just telepathically tells you.
Telepathic-
yeah, I
telepathic
can
see
says-
that. He can do
says
that.
You use your bow, so that's going to dissipate, and she's going to draw a short bow out, and she's going to aim a shot at the flesh monster.
Flesh monster, which is looking.
The other guy,
bloody.
the chrysalis has it as well.
Yeah.
Fairy fire.
It does, but I'm thinking
You go
with that
flesh
bile,
monster,
I'm
go
think-
flesh
I'm
monster,
thinking
go
that
flesh
bile
monster.
attack.
Do
If
it,
you
do
can
it,
get
do it.
something dropped and
Yeah,
done.
do it. Because actually, you
Yeah.
want to stop this poison effect on you as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
That too.
Okay, so that's 14 plus 7, 21 to hit.
Mhm.
Does that hit?
21 does hit, yes.
The way you paused there, I didn't.
Yeah, I know. I was
Yeah.
like, don't.
I've got so many tabs open and I can't find like which one's
So
which. So
that's
just
D. So with sneak attack, that's 4.
It's got a 19, which is quite high.
4d6 plus 4. 4. So that's 8, 9, 14. That's 18
Yeah.
points of piercing
You've
damage.
done it.
Plus the bow as well. You get normal damage as well on top
Yeah,
of
but
that.
you've done it. You've done it.
No,
That was
includes-
it. That's
Doesn't
all you
matter.
needed. You kind of. I was gonna make you do another. You need to do. You should have actually done another save, which I think you're gonna have to do as well for the beginning of your turn. So if you could just
So,
do that as well.
What saves that? Sorry.
The Constitution
Con,
save.
of
You meant
course,
to do at the
con.
beginning of your turn.
That's 19.
Oh, so close. You just
But
need
then-
to.
did you say that we had 2 points of
You
inspiration?
do. You have
did.
I
one
will
more.
use the other inspiration.
Is that including the bless?
And you've got the
Oh, you
bless.
got the
you can
bless.
add-
Use the
Oh,
bless.
God, the bless!
I'll use the bless.
You just need a
Bless.
1. You just need
Just
a
a
1.
one.
It's fine!
You've got it.
3.
Don't roll a
Yes!
0.
Yes.
Don't roll a 0.
You're welcome.
You done. Thanks. There's the. Oh, thank gosh for that. So yes,
Ooh,
you
thank God for
you
the
still
bless,
have one
yes.
level of exhaustion. You still have the one. No, wait, actually, wait. Let me just think. I said first. Yes, you still 3 6. Oh,
I've even got written down 1d8.
sorry.
saving
That's
throw.
one of the 3 saves you need to make. But it doesn't matter because you then kill it. And so that it doesn't count. You just don't get another level of exhaustion. But you still got 1 level of exhaustion. You'll need to make
Fine,
more
yeah.
saves to get rid of the other level to get. So I'm gonna have to ask you for more saves to see if you can get rid of
Get rid of it.
the
Okay.
poison still, because you're still poisoned. But yeah, I don't know what it does then. I need to think of that. Yeah, if it's died, are you still poisoned? I imagine.
Yeah,
I
because
imagine you're right.
Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
done it,
It's
hasn't
in your
it?
system, isn't it?
Yeah, so
that's
actually
it,
you're still
right.
gonna have to make saves. You just made 1 save, so that's it. That's it. Okay, 1 of 3. Okay, yeah. So that's your turn, but the flesh monster dies. So when you shoot this arrow, though, you find like the point where it's actually got. You see, it's got a little beady eye that like flicks out, like to see it, and like close. It's got a few of them, and you see it just open. You take that shot, and you just like, and it goes right in the eye, and it
Straight
just
in the
goes, and it was the last bit that needed to just burst it. And it's like a funnel of just like. And it just sort of all this slime just comes out of it, and it just flops into like a puddle, and yeah, and then starts to turn black and gooey, and then that's the ichor.
Nice. So from where I was, because I was hidden before, I'd have to try and sneak back into the shadow again from Imhotep, whatever his name is.
Emotican.
Imhotep. Can I try and sneak back into the shadows of the alcove, or would I have to move?
You don't. Do you have to move? No, you can just.
I
sneak
can
back
just
into the
hide
shadows. Yeah, you can
because
just
it
hide
hasn't
again.
seen me already.
Yeah,
I'll
just
just
hide.
do
Just
another
hide.
stealth.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a natty 1.
91.
I jumped and went.
Oh, Hummel. With Hummel around, you can re-roll that.
Oh, I can. Excellent.
Yeah, it can be
Oh,
rolled.
yeah.
It's got ridiculous luck because I thought it was the only feats I could give you was to give you so much luck. What did you roll?
That's better. That's 29.
29.
That's
You
That's
are
better.
hidden.
I'm
Very much hidden. Yeah, so that's. Is that an ability check?
Oh.
And you should do that with disadvantage.
It's a stealth
Is
check.
it ability?
I think it is.
Yeah. Hiding
Well,
is a stealth check.
No, because
It's an ability
So-
check. It is a stealth check, so it's an ability check. So
it's
I-
an ability
Okay.
check. So he would have rolled initially with disadvantage, and he rolled a 1, so that second dice is irrelevant.
yeah. So yeah.
And then I give him the luck
yeah,
to
just
re-roll.
So roll again. Yeah. So you just.
So you just get an extra d20. You don't have to re-roll with disadvantage twice.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
So just roll another.
Oh, that's a 16, so that's 26.
So you get 26. That's still fine.
26,
So 26
yeah.
is what you got. But still, you're still hidden with that.
So
That's
yeah,
quite fine.
cool.
It's so complicated. High level games with very low level players.
High level games where we're all level 6.
I'm a huge fan of Hamilton of you complaining about this like this wasn't your idea.
I didn't want you to fight. I didn't really want you to fight the demon lord. To be
Yes,
honest,
you did.
Well,
I
you
listened
can-
to the
you
episode
did.
today.
Yeah.
I
You're like, you
listened
could-
to the
you could
episode
fight the
today.
demon
I know,
Lord,
but I
maybe.
also don't because I'm also really, really scared that you're all going to
And
die.
again, like I said before, I listened to it today, and I was like, "Oh, I suggested that we go to the river," and then you piped in as Brian, being like, "Oh, actually, like if we go to the fortress, there'll be portals in there." You even used the NPC to guide us. Up here.
Yeah, but you don't. I just want you to have options. I didn't want you to be just. I didn't want it to be that I was forcing you to the river. That was the thing. I've done so much to make it not go to the river, go to the river. That you've gone, oh, he means go to the castle, go to the castle. But really what I want you to do is go to the fecking river.
I think we've learned for the future how much yes-anding goes on
Yes,
here.
exactly. Like if you want to do anything, you can do anything. But I wanted you. If you went to the river, I'd have got you to the. I had story laid out for a few episodes ahead. You're going to go to Sigil. We're going to then do this thing's going to happen. That's going to happen to the next thing. Oh no, we're 6 episodes in, and we're not even 5 episodes in. We're still not at Sigil.
I'm
Oh,
sure
it's-
us
it's-
dilly-dallying in the Abyss is
Yeah.
not going to have any consequences about what's happening in Sigil at all.
We're just
Ham-
dragging out
Hamilton,
this fantastic
You've put us on
experience.
you've put us on a chaotic plane.
I know.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm just leave it at that. You put us on a chaotic
I know I
plane.
did.
You,
It's
you
my
waved a
fault.
vault filled with magical items
know.
in front of us.
I know, I did, I know. But then, yes, it's all fine. You'll get lots of leveling up, don't you worry. It's all good. It's now Zoe's turn, because the mosquitoes are dead. They've all gone. So Zoe then takes one more turn and finishes off this runic symbol. And she then, once that's done, she goes, Imotakan, I command you to be my slave. Like this. And she stands, so this ring that she's just rapidly just like written these like runes, she spread this salt from her pouch around it, and then she sort of puts her hand in the middle and says these immortal words, and these runes then all light up, and you just see as this thing is still like ripping out, it just kind of goes, just stands there and goes, I am at. Oh no, I'm gonna do. What's his voice? I'm gonna do. I'm at your will. And it just sits there going. And it just waits, and she goes, "You bastard! How much you do to me? You can't. Yes, I spend the energy. I'll slap your own face." And it goes and smacks itself in the face, just like this.
And how much
I
damage
think
it
more
takes.
of that, more of that. Just keep doing it until I tell you to stop. So it just keeps touching your face. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Okay, this is silly. Oh, you hear the noises in the back, the bosh, bosh, bosh of the door still. He goes, I think Snarl's gonna come quickly, so I got him control. What do we do? There's not much happening. Should we go? Should we go now? Do we kill?
I mean, what do you want to do? You're the one that wanted us to come
Yeah,
here.
I think-
Do you want to kill
Yeah,
him?
I think we kill. Can I have
Go on, then.
axe? Give me axe. Give me axe, please.
Quickly, Carrie, yes or no? Give her the axe.
Give her the axe.
Okay, she
Go
takes
on.
the axe.
Okay.
Hummel, can you touch axe immediately? Power, please. Just put power. You put power in now. Frankie, take another saving throw while she's doing this.
D8. D8.
Yeah.
Add your bless.
D8. Okay, that's 21.
Yeah, second save. You're good. Right. I need. She's gonna go. Hummel. Just hold axe and the build power. I need it now. And you hear. Poof, poof, I'm coming for.
Does it?
He does it.
Does it?
You see it like just go. It's like lit up now, and it's like crackling with this blue energy around. It goes, oh my gosh, this is so cool! And she goes, stay still, Hamilton. And she just goes, and she still can fly, so she just power jumps up, and she just goes, slices in the center. Oh my gosh, we made Chloe fall out of her chair. Chloe had to leave, even. So much power had to go. Jumps up, slices down in the air, and it like cuts this thing right in half, all the way through the chrysalis, like all the way down, and it just this energy. It's like blue flames on a Bunsen burner. Everyone's had Bunsen burners at school, right? Mm-hmm. It just this flame is just coming off, and it just slices immaculately between her. But when you see the cut in the body, it's just astral sea, but beyond. And you just see, like, as if their body internally is just starlight. that's how it like leaves this like, and it's like flame ridden, like, and so either side of this cut, the shape of this body is a portal to an astral sea, and she goes, "Whoa, Jesus Christ!" And she cuts it in half, and then suddenly these things just sort of melt in and fold away onto the floor, and that sort of astral projection disappears, but this being and this chrysalis just is in half on the floor, and she goes and spits in it and goes, "That is for 3 years of my life, and now what have I gained but cool freaking axe? Ah, yes, this is great axe. I don't really want to give it back to you, you bastard." And she sort of just goes, "I think we better leave because they are going to come in here." Like,
Yeah.
do I cut a hole in?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go. And she goes like this in half. I need Frankie make another Constitution saving throw, please.
I failed it because I only got
I'll
5.
cast Lesser Restoration.
No, anything but a wish spell will save this.
Oh, it kills
Oh,
poison,
no.
doesn't it?
Oh no, it's poison. I need
No,
greater.
it's only
I
if
need,
he
sorry,
dies.
greater respiration will stop it before you fail.
I thought it was wish once it had happened.
Once it's happened,
wish
it was
would bring
right.
him
It's
back.
greater restoration. Sorry, beforehand, so it's a greater.
Oh, okay.
But you can do
Oh,
that.
I won't do that then.
Yeah, okay, greater restoration. You're fine now.
If I can
Frankie.
do that, if you
You're
say I
fine
can
now,
do that,
Frankie.
I'll do that.
But you still got you still have the exhaustion.
Single level.
Oh yeah, wait. Actually, would you have with the restoration?
don't.
You'd get rid of the exhaustion, wouldn't you? As well, do you? I can't remember.
But it would only get rid of one
level. So you
wouldn't it?
failed.
So if you've got
Did you
more
do
than
it before he failed the second time? Before Frankie failed the second time?
Well, you'd already.
No, so
I'd
you've got
rolled
one.
the
You've still got
dice.
one level of
Yeah,
exhaustion.
I'd
That's
roll the
fine.
dice, so yeah.
Okay, fine. So that's it. So then she goes. Zoe gets the other. She flips the axe around. It's got like a small hilt. It's got like a big side and then like a smaller hilt side. And she does that and cuts like a circle, and that sort of like crackles and then opens up. And she goes, "Okay, home this way, Brian. Let's go. I'm sure she's gonna take this from me. It's so cool. I want to play with it more. Maybe I stay here. I don't know. I don't need to come with you." But then they're gonna come through. I come with you and then I go off somewhere else. I probably should go home. They probably miss
You
me.
can go wherever you like from Sigil, so
Let's go.
probably best.
All right. We're going to the pub. It's the place. The first thing that came to mind, to be honest. So let's
God, I
go.
love the
Okay.
pub.
I don't know what they're gonna. Sigil. They're used to this shit happening. Let's go through. Ready. And so you've just got this shimmering blue like light that looks like the top of a sea. You know, that sort of caustic light that's sort of rippling over it. And she goes, I think you'll go through first. I don't know. Let's just go with that. You go first and I come last. You know, that's it. Yeah? Let's do that.
I'll cover everyone just in case.
Okay.
You guys all go.
You wait last. I don't know if Dora leave behind you. But fine. Okay, go.
Yeah, while
Hummel,
people are
you
arguing,
take-
Frankie's just going to run and just dive through.
Yes, okay. Right, good. Yep.
Hummel, are you taking that helm with you? Are you in Sigil?
For now, I believe that yes.
Okay. All right.
Your funeral. And Carrie will run through after Frankie.
Okay, fine. You run through. Gigi?
Yeah, Gigi's going to do a slightly embarrassing, like, pratfall through the portal,
Yes.
just, like, trip through the portal.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, good. Yeah. Sort of, like, goes to run really cool and then just, like, misses the fact that it's in the air and just trips over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
And
They're
just sort
great.
of falls through it, yeah.
So it's just Brian then goes, I'm not going until I'm last through this. I'm sorry. I'm not going until you go, Hummel and Zoe. I mean, Zoe, I don't mind, but Hummel, you better go through that door. I'm not leaving you behind.
Brian, go.
Do you command him to go?
Yeah.
That's a 6. He goes, and he just goes without his own. He just sees it and you can feel it, and he just runs through the thing. So it's now just Zoe and Hummel left.
So I turn to Zoe and I put my hand on her shoulder and say, I'm sorry that I betrayed you. I'm sorry for everything you've been through for the past 3 years. Wherever you decide to go, once you're on the other side of that portal, it's up to you. But there's great potential in you. You don't have to give in to the chaos anymore if you don't want to. Now go.
She just sort of nods. I know. I just I kind of enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can sense that.
Yeah. I mean, 3 years. It's been hard, but what a fucking story.
Life is just one long story.
Exactly. And the
Your end is not written yet.
And what's the point in it being boring, stuck at home? I'm here. We just killed Demon Lord. Oh, and I forgot to mention, once the Demon Lord dies, and this is what happens now whilst you're alone there, the body starts to turn to like a puddle, and then suddenly it seeps into a black crown, and it just sits there. And
Frankie's
jump through the gone.
It just sits there in the space. You go, you see that helm right there? If we put that on, we get all his power. Okay? I get to say I killed Demon Lord. If we let Snar in, he'd take it. I don't mind Snar taking it. Snar's a good friend to me now, I guess. But that's the story. And
So your name will go down in history forever
okay,
as the tiefling that killed Imhotep or whatever his name was.
but you know what I'm gonna do?
Emerson.
I can do the other spell. How funny it'd be if I make that helm go somewhere completely different to where they are, and they never find it, but we know where it is.
Had a similar idea, a smile, and then I create a portal underneath the helmet, and it just falls into a demiplane and disappears.
Yes.
And then I push Zoe into the portal.
And she goes. When she does it, though, when she sees you do it, she goes. She knows what you've done, and she sort of just willingly goes in because she knows what you've done. Okay, and then goes in, and you're alone.
And then
you hear the boof, boof, boof. The door is just breaking open now, and then in comes this humongous beast of a like minotaur-looking creature, that's sort of rippling muscles, just ferociously. Behind him are loads of these sort of Bulgara, which are like huge gorilla-like creatures, not mosquito-like in any way. All of these are sort of more bestial sort of things, just rushing in. So a few of those Belizer you felt before, and they're like about 25, 30 feet from you, from in this door. And they're shouting, Imhotep! They call him Wandering King, it's time for you to... And they're just like running in, but you're there, charging in front of them.
And as the portal behind me closes and I'm shrouded in the light,
Yeah.
the black flame whips around me and I disappear. And I realm shift. And then all you see is blackness and Hummel's voice saying, taking off the helmet, Asmodeus, I want out.
We will leave it there!
Sir?
We will leave it there until next week.
Excellent.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
Actually,
This game, Hamilton. This game is not good for my long-term health.
Well,
Hey, no, we're
actually,
fine.
What we
We're
will do-
fine.
actually,
Luke, on the other
I'm
hand.
going to say we leave because I'm looking at the time. We've got a little bit. It's been 2 hours, but we chatted for about 30 minutes. I think at the beginning, didn't we? So what I'm thinking we're going to do
About
is Hummel. We will leave yours so that we will meet you next week for what happens to you. Okay.
I'm going to stick around and spectate, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm feeling all right to spectate.
Yeah.
But you told me I could do whatever I want. That wasn't scripted. You told me just do what you want.
No?
And literally, the message in in Discord you sent me earlier was like, you can do what you want. Hold on, where is it?
Literally, you do what you want. You could.
You literally said you can realm shift if you want.
Yeah. I said you can realm shift. You can literally do anything you so.
Do whatever you want. You want to realm shift anywhere, you can do that. You want to fix Zoe, you can do that. Want to jump to the Demon Lord's chamber? Do it. Pretty much think it. I will allow. You can break the game.
We could have went and killed Caraptus.
To be fair, I could have done.
You could have fixed the universe.
Technically, that would have been slightly impossible, but I would have allowed you to try. You would have had to have gone through quite a lot of. You would have been. I can't really explain it because you didn't done it. But if you did do it, you would have been able to try.
No.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
I said last week that like Hummel saw this helmet. Once he found out it was made by Asmodeus, that's like his ticket. He's like, I need that.
You didn't think taking it to Asmodeus might, give him more power over you?
Possibly. That could be interesting.
he's an interesting character. I've had to play him before. I can do this again. Let's do that again. So with that, Hummel we don't see until next week. We will find out what happens to Hummel in the Hells later. But when you actually, no, I kind of just do want to leave it there. I do want to leave it there. I kind of do.
I think that's a good.
It's a good point.
I think I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I got it. I keep doing this to myself because I want to know more. I'm one of those people that listen to the show and I want to know more. But we will do that next week. But yeah,
we have the wonderful visual of the rest of us standing there for like a good few minutes, just being like, is he coming?
yeah. You see Zoe come through, and then like it's just,
and then it just like, and we're like,
oh, we will deal with that next week. That's gonna be so much fun. Oh my god. Wow.
Two fantastic cliffhangers, Luke.
Luke, you are spoiling us with the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Spoiling us. That is amazing. Oh, wow. Okay, well, yes, thank you as ever for coming to play D&D with me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for dungeon mastering.
That's all right. That's absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. To play with those sorts of things, to fight a demon lord, to give you helms of forbidden knowledge, and to plane shift to meet Asmodeus. Jeez, I'm gonna have to do Asmodeus and the Lady of Pain in one episode. That is like, yeah, you know, we don't fuck about on Dragonsteel, do we? We just no.
Level 5, no problem.
Exactly.
Straight in there.
Yeah. Oh, you're level 6 now, so don't worry.
We're level
about
6
it.
now.
Level
Yeah.
6 now.
We
of
just
difference.
knocked down a challenge rating 23 demon.
The XP alone from that's got to put us to level 7.
Well, unfortunately, we're doing milestone-based leveling.
We are doing milestone, and I think that was a big milestone. But
I say,
But we also did
unfortunately,
just
it's
level.
better.
I gave you the 6 that you would have got for this whole encounter before you got
yes.
to what could potentially be a very nasty. I was doing the
Just in case we died.
it's the video game mechanic that you
Yeah.
get all your levels up before you kill them. You know, you get your health potions and stuff before you go
Yeah.
into the room to fight the big bad.
We were taking like a forward payment on the
Yeah,
XP.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Deposit
Yeah,
leveling.
exactly. That's how I
We're now in student debt for XP.
Yeah, exactly. But that was super fun.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Let's do where can we find you? What do you do? What can you do?
What can I do?
What can I do?
So we're gonna do it in order. We're gonna go back to usual order, which means we start with Chloe.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
No. Oh, Chris has got a story.
He's already got a
I
story,
bet.
He's been working all week on it.
He's just going out and doing odd things just so that he can get a story. What have you done this week, Chris? So Chloe, I've got your name right in
Hello.
the overlay this time.
Yay!
There's a W at the end.
It took me a while to notice because like where it is on the thing is quite bright, so I was just like,
Oh, sorry.
oh wait.
It's in all the show
People
notes
spell it wrong all
for
the time.
everything, so.
Yeah. No, I'm Chloe with the flow everywhere on the internet. You can find me on Twitch, where I stream 3 times a week. You can find me on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram. I actually posted on Instagram this week. Wow, I never do that. Really selling myself.
Yeah.
You can find me on Deck of Many Aces, which is an actual play D&D 5e podcast where we play D&D 5e.
Yes.
Where are you going with this? We have an extra play podcast where we play.
Wait, do you
We
actually play it?
D&D.
We actually, contrary to Will's belief, because I know Will doesn't actually listen to the podcast, we don't actually play Dungeons and Dragons. We just talk.
I'm just going straight for my neck there.
Yeah.
Cut you deep.
It's okay. We talk for half a podcast and then we play D&D. As it should be. But it's made with actual asexuals and aromantics. That was what was supposed to go on
That
the
was what you were
sentence.
trying to get to. You're like,
Yes.
there is a second sentence in here somewhere, and it's not repeated.
I was
the
like,
first one.
I say this at the end of every stream. It's a sentence I should be able to reel off now. And I was like, no. But yes, we are having an episode out this week. We're having like a few weeks of extra episodes because we had some tech issues. It'll be the last one of our sort of short Spicy Forest Haunted House one shot, 3 shots, 6 shots.
It's a one shot that's been going on for about 3 months
Nothing's a
now.
one
isn't
shot.
it?
Nothing is ever a one shot. This was meant to be an
Yeah.
abyssal one shot. You know, like Jesus Christ.
Here
Oh,
we
was it?
are.
No, it was
But
maybe
yes,
2 episodes.
after this week, back to normal, back to the main campaign. So that will be exciting.
Awesome.
But yes, you can find my music everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, everything.
Yes.
All of that from the podcast.
I dropped the links last time we did Twitch, and I'll keep trying to do that when you say this.
Yes, I did remember to put it in the Discord, but that was like while I was watching the Twitch stream, and then I was like, oh yeah, I said I would put that in the Discord.
Yeah. No, it's good. Well
Yeah.
done for that. And
So yeah, I think that's me. I need a fun story now because Chris is going to have
give
a
me
fun
your
story.
anecdote.
I have been when I was how old would I have been? Year 10?
Don't know
How
what that
old that
means.
is?
15.
Year
Is she?
15?
Okay.
A long time
15?
ago.
I was in the Sky at Night magazine because I took I was doing GCSE astronomy at my school, and my the teacher that taught me, who I actually now work with at the planetarium, he does shows now and then.
You work at
is,
the planetarium? That's awesome.
Yeah, I just mention it because I just assume everyone knows it, and they don't. I run it. I like do shows and stuff, and I sort everything out, and yeah,
so
that's what I
cool.
do.
Wow.
Yeah,
Chloe,
it's
Chloe
one of
is
the many
like
things.
a novel protagonist in real life, basically.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on, you're an actor by day, you work at the planetarium. What magical powers do you really have, Chloe? Like,
I'm really bad at sport.
oh my, you really? Okay, now you're just adding to it. Okay, you're sort of nerdy. You're also an actress, and then you also are. Okay, yeah. This is you
but
need to
yeah,
have like a crime fighting thing as well. That's what you just need to add to your list, right?
No, there is a cast of anything masked short shot that you can find
There
somewhere
you
where
go.
I play a crime fighting superhero. But the point of that was that my teacher, was a really keen amateur astronomer, and he got nominated. They do amateur astronomy awards every year, and he got the award that year. So we were
Nice.
all in the Sky at Night with pictures at the school.
Amazing.
So,
That's cool.
yeah.
I used to love this guy. Like, what was his name? The guy with the monocle.
Patrick Moore.
Patrick Moore. He was so.
Sir
I used to
Patrick
love
Moore.
watching that.
He
He
said
used to do the game. He was the game master, didn't
Game
he?
Master,
He
yeah.
did. Yes, Game Master. They brought that back.
It's back.
Yeah. I can't believe they brought that show back, which was such a very 90s show. But there you go. So good. I used to watch it on my 4:3 monitor, my white
Oh.
8 JVC monitor TV I had in my bedroom. Oh, it's so good, that show. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. That is a great anecdote. Love that.
That's my
That's
story.
good. Chris, why did you get interviewed by the Newcastle?
Well, the thing I've now got two because I'm determined. Because if you
Oh,
make me go after Chloe, I am going to go one-upmanship at every possible
I met
opportunity, which
Patrick
Oh.
Moore. I
will only
high-fived
last
him
for
in the
another week or
street.
so. So yes, Chris, you can find me at Borough Brick Road, which should be somewhere there.
Yeah.
Or Goblin Paint Job on Instagram, where you can see the results of me throwing paint at little fantasy miniatures.
Throwing
Which I've
paint
not
at-
done for a while actually. I need to do. Will is really tempted me to get back. He's been doing some great stuff recently. But yeah. So it's
No, that's
blurry.
not-
Your
Oh,
blur's
it's
on.
blurry.
Put it in front of your face.
Today I was wandering through Newcastle after having to leave my car at a garage, and I got interviewed on Radio Newcastle asking what I thought about Boris Johnson dropping all COVID rules and regulations.
I think
And
anyone that's ever glanced at Chris's Twitter probably is quite a good idea.
yes. They hadn't glanced at my Twitter before asking me that
Which
question.
you can follow at @borough_brick_road.
Please
How's
tell
that for a
me.
segue?
Please tell me you said that when you were like when they said you could get all my opinions by going to my Twitter account, which is at @borough_brickroad.
I didn't swear. I was polite. But yes, yes. But yes, that was. But
You plugged Dragon's Jewel, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, Dragon's Duel, yes. Oh, yes, the other place you can find me is at Roleplay Factory Discord, or Dragon's Duel Discord, which is, yes, come along and say hi. But yeah, the other one, I'm going to have to go do one-upmanship. You may have
gosh.
been in the magazine of Sky at Night, Chloe. I was actually on Sky
No
at Night.
way! No way! Please tell me you were dressed as a Jabba, like a Jawa. Or something like that.
Jawa. No, this was. I used to. A friend of mine
God.
does a lot of astronomy, and we used to go to the dark skies things at Kielder. So
Yes.
Sky at Night, must be about 8 years ago, before my daughter was born, 8-9 years ago. Sky at Night actually did a broadcast from there.
Gilda's lovely.
We had cloudy nights all weekend, but there is an image. They're doing like a shot of her in the morning, and you can see me get out my tent, pour some water out the kettle, and get back in the tent again.
Brilliant.
But technically, I was on Sky at night.
You were. I mean, that's incredible.
This is incredible.
I
I think
wasn't speaking.
God
I was
put
just,
you
I was
on
just
this
looking
earth.
grumpy coming out of the tent in the morning. But
You were
yes,
the
I was.
you're like
technically
the
in it.
anti-Chloe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, God put you on this earth just to spite me.
Yeah, and I've got no natural talent whatsoever. So that's.
Oh.
That is not true.
Well, come on now, Chris. You can't have that sort of chat. We don't accept that sort of chat on the show. Gotta love yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't love
How
someone.
the hell are you going to
Yeah,
love someone else? Can I get an
else.
amen up in here?
Yeah, exactly. Amen. Right.
Was that an intentional RuPaul's Drag Race reference?
Yeah,
from
I
you?
love RuPaul's Drag Race,
Oh my
yeah.
god, I didn't expect that. I don't know why. It's
Yeah,
great.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
So, anyway, we will then move on to Luke, then Will, isn't it? Because it's alphabetical. Sorry, Luke, then
Yes.
Okay. I'm Luke. You can follow me on the Twitter thingamajiggy at Duderooney. Check the spelling below or in the show notes. You can follow my podcast, D&D podcast called The D&D Show or Dice and Die, which is at Show D&D. Still on hiatus. Once I sort out my housing arrangements, because I may or may not be homeless soon, there is plans to come back, hopefully, maybe, but probably not. We've had this conversation several times.
I love the confidence, Luke.
I was last year. I put so much energy into trying, and every time I got excited about it, I got let down. So hopefully they're not listening to this, and if they are, I'm really sorry, guys. I love you all.
I hope
but
they are listening to this because
I hope they are listening to
We
this.
need
but
as
they-
many listeners as possible.
Yes, please listen.
if it's not, I've tried so hard to get to listen to other stuff, but all they listen to is Critical Role. That's all they will touch. They won't touch anything else.
Don't mention
I
the
doubt
glass
it.
cannon. Let's not mention the glass.
But yeah, so we'll see. I'm hoping that but it might be a few months. Or you can check out my new and upcoming Pathfinder podcast, which is Cut from the Chronicles at CTF Chronicles.
CFT
on,
Chronicles, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
CFT.
I'll help you out. Don't
Cut
worry.
from the CFT Chronicles.
It's in the show notes.
We're due to
That's
start
what I
recording,
should-
but then I got really ill and had to cancel, and I was like, for fuck's sakes. But that is going to happen soon, I promise. Otherwise, that's about me, really. Have I got any more interesting stories? I don't
You got an
think
interesting
so.
anecdote? Yeah.
Were
Were you in the sky at night?
I was not into it. I've never been on TV or anything to my knowledge. I think I've exhausted my stories as to where I can be found random places. I did meet Quentin Tarantino once. He was doing a.
What about Quentin Tarantino?
Quentin.
He's
It's Quentin, isn't it?
Quentin.
It's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I know.
He was, when Death Race came out, he was doing. They released like the book of like the screenplay and everything.
Yeah.
And he did meet and greet, Q&A. He did a script reading in front of audience, and then signing afterwards. And when he signed my book, it was actually the day of my 21st birthday, and I bunked off college to go.
That's cool.
And I had a birthday badge on, and I justified it with my tutors because I was studying film, and I was like, oh, I'm going to read Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, sure, go.
Nice.
And he saw it was my birthday. He signed my book, and I've got it behind me somewhere, and it says, happy birthday, get fucking pissed, mate.
Yes.
Tarantino.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm brand.
That's awesome. I love it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got. If we're going to do famous people meeting anecdotes, I'm going to do some of those, and I've got some of those. All right, come on. Let's go. Will, tell us all about you.
Last but not least.
Yeah, definitely.
You said last but not least
Definitely.
for everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's going to be me last, isn't it? 'Cause
Okay.
I'm boring.
Okay, I'll lead with my anecdote, which is that when I was younger and I was suffering with a bad case of the norovirus. Don't worry, it gets more interesting. In London, on a family trip, I ended up in the middle of the Thor 2, The Dark World red carpet premiere in London. Because I was using a public bathroom due to the impact of the norovirus and emerged backstage.
I'm just shocked that film came out when you were a kid.
in the Thor 2 and got
that's-
quickly ushered off sort of just
How
down
the
like a
hell
tech
did you
tunnel.
manage that?
Yeah. So
Did you use
that's
the toilet? Yeah, go kid. And you're like, oh, I'm backstage at the premiere. Shit.
yeah.
Amazing.
And I walked past. This was like before any of the actual famous people came out because it was right at the start. So they had like a load of people dressed up as Thor, which was essentially a load of just like shirtless blokes. I was just like walking past. I was like,
I was one of them.
Yeah. I was like 12 or something. And yeah. So that's my random anecdote.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. Amazing.
And for other places I can be found on the internet that are not the premiere of my least favourite Marvel film, I think, of the MCU ones.
It's fair.
My big passion project is RWD, which is a actual play of the Scion system, which is kind of like a mix between American Gods and Percy Jackson. We play demigods, so that can be found at RWD Pod, which is there, and or anywhere you get good podcasts at A Rendezvous with Destiny. I also have a film review podcast with my lovely girlfriend where we review the top 100 IMDb films of all time. Our most recent one, by the time this comes out, will be Casablanca. So
Wow.
You check that out at the Date Night Driving, which is at D8 Night Driving on
I love the fact that even though
Twitter.
it's a movie podcast and not like roleplay related, you're still
got a
getting
D8.
that
Yeah,
D8 in there.
Yeah.
It's a crossover of our interests. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Well, because
So-
of course, at some point, once you get into the lower numbers of that 100 greatest films, you're going to naturally get to the Dungeons and Dragons film.
Yeah.
That's got to be in there somewhere.
Obviously.
which features heavily in our outro music, our Dragons
Does it?
music. Yeah, all those of those clips in our the things
Yeah.
Use your lightning bolt and all that is taken from the Dungeons and Dragons movie. They're all
With is it Jeremy Irons?
Jeremy
It
Irons.
is Jeremy
One of
Irons.
Jeremy Irons' very, very bad mistakes.
He just really does not look like he wants to be that at all.
No. He definitely got a good paycheck, I'm sure, or something like. Or he just, or maybe he needed an insurance claim fixed, or something. He broke his car and he needed to get a new one, or something. He needed the money. Okay, well then it's me. I'm Hamilton. I'm the DM. You find me at DM_doesn't. I am going to change that. I just need this one of the it's on the millionth on the list of things to do, but I will do it at one point, and it'll become much more salient. Here's my anecdote. I'll give you which one shall I pick? When I was about nine, I think, I was out on holiday with my dad and was at a hotel, and we parked up outside the hotel, and a big roller drove up literally after us, and out popped Elton John, who was wearing a pinstripe suit. But me as a 9-year-old went, "Why are you wearing pajamas?" right to his face, because I was, surprise, I didn't really give a shit about talking to people at all, even though I knew it was Elton John, and I just went, "Why are you wearing pajamas?" And he laughed and said, "These are not my pajamas, but now you say it, maybe I should put them on."
Aww.
Oh,
It's reassuring to me that Elton John reacted like that to a small child.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I could cope with my worldview if Elton John had just been like a massive prick to you.
He backhanded Hamilton.
Yeah, just
And
No, he didn't.
Gone.
He was really nice. He
Oh,
was very
ouch.
nice. He was
I
very
can- I
nice.
can
Then he
imagine
talked
that,
to
yes.
my dad and my stepmom for a bit and stuff like that, and they were very he was
That's
very
cool.
nice. He was he's a nice person. I didn't ask for an autograph. I don't know.
at 9-year-old, you
Yeah.
don't. That's
I
you
didn't
wouldn't
know exactly. Yeah.
when you're 9, you're not like, okay, in 25 years' time when I've
be
got a
worse,
Dungeons and
doesn't it?
Dragons podcast,
Yeah. I didn't.
this will be a great anecdote.
But I've got quite a few of these. I've got, yeah. I also went to a urinal at Silverstone next to Damon Hill. There you
Nice.
go. That's I didn't say anything because obviously the
'Cause you're
rules
at
of
urinal.
urinal, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like when I went to wash my hands, I was like, is this a good enough time? No, probably not still. And then when we went out, he went the other direction. I was like, yeah, you probably can't really go talk to him, but that's another anecdote. I got more famous people.
Did you-
I'll bring
Save them.
The question
Save
is though,
Save them.
did you look?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Oh my god.
No, I did. I tried so hard to look like I wasn't looking. Do you know what I mean? Just so much to make it so it wasn't weird that hopefully it didn't come across as weird. I was just like trying to look everywhere else, so I wasn't really focused on what I was doing. I just was like, I'm not looking at you. Like that was kind of it. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway.
And on that bombshell.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end the show. Anyway, we'll see you next week, and
Okay.
take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.